I think I fucked up that. Or something was wrong. The music sounded off. Or maybe I'm just crazy. I think I might be just crazy. Who the fuck knows? Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, lizard people, variants thereupon. Welcome to the show. I am one co-host of two, Weebo Jones, for Cocktail Hour, and we are waiting on my co-host to show up. We shall see. Hi. Oh, not this co-host. This is another co-host. But she's always on time. Yes, she is. Hello, baby. Say hello, Valentine. Say hello to the people. Say hi. She doesn't know how to say hi. Anyway, let me bring this a little bit closer so that you guys can see my face. Or can hear my voice and see my face. It's been a very long weekend. I keep saying that, but it's true. They're all very long. Just some longer than others and in different ways, you know? Yeah. So I actually had time to get the intro up and running before we started this shenanigans. So that's why you got the intro. The We Shall Begin Shortly music and graphics. I spent a substantial amount of time putting that together, so I would like to use it more often. Unfortunately, it doesn't always happen like that to the point where, you know, I can time it just so that it starts right before it is that we're actually supposed to start the show. Can I help you? Madam, go over there. Half the reason why I don't get shit done is that one right there. I will alinity you. I swear to God I will. No, you're too cute for that. So, everyone, I hope you all had a great weekend, because I did, but it was long. And there were some shenanigans, but it was good. It was good all the same. I see we have Darth Mando in the chat, the best Remy, Will Apodaca, Darth, I already called you out. Lion Patriot, Snoopy, Tipster's in the chat. Hey Tipster, what's up? W.R. Costin, Joys of Sorrow, Skeptical, Chicago Mike. Wow, we have like a full cast of characters in the chat, don't we, tonight? Yes, we do. I will not eat the cat. I will not eat the cat, Sam I am. Hi, Eric. How are you? I will love the cat in a completely platonic and non-sexual way, but I will not eat the cat. I ain't about that life. Double entendre intended. So, hello, Gulf City, Peterbilt, Confederacy 379. I see you in the chat. Wandering Lisa, also in the chat. It's been an interesting weekend. I've been observing the Twitterverse. There has been some shenanigans that I have observed, and I would like to discuss it with you all momentarily. But for right now, I would just like to apologize for the fact that, well, you see, I promised a video. I did. I know I did. And I did not deliver on that this weekend. And the reason for that is, well, you see, last weekend, we did all that moving shenanigans, and I ended up burning myself out. And that happens. It do be like that on occasion. But I burned myself out, and I just, for whatever reason, well, because I burnt myself out, I could not, for the life of me, sit down to edit the video and get it done. I mean, I edited it, but not with the usual vigor that I would edit a video, if that makes sense. So, for instance, the laundry, I did the laundry last week also, because I do it every week, but it took me 3 days to do the laundry, whereas it usually takes me like 2, 3, 4 hours to completely do laundry, and that includes waiting for it in the wash, waiting for it in the dryer, folding it, etc. Same concept with the video. What would usually take me like a day, 8 hours of a day, has been taking me 2 weeks. And it's not because I don't feel inspired to do it. I have plenty of inspiration. It's going to be a funny as hell video, and it's going to be a great video. But I just could not bring myself to sit down and pay attention to something like it requires me to last week. So I did get a good chunk of it done this afternoon, and I am on track to get it done before April. That is my new deadline. So you will have a video, and it will be a lengthy video, and it will be a good video before April. Because once April hits, I have other things that I want to do, other videos that I want to get to, other topics that I would like to touch on. And some of them are scheduled. For instance, the April 4th stream, birthday stream, that's going to be an earlier in the day stream. Can you get your tail out of the camera, dear? Oh my gosh. You attention whore. I didn't even... Come here. Oh my god, she's purring like a kitten. Sorry. But yeah, the April 4th stream for my birthday, that will be done earlier in the day because I'm taking the whole day off and I just kind of want to do my own thing, chill, relax on my birthday. So I think we're going to do a game stream. That'll be a good time. But then also, let's see, I promised an April Fool's video, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to deliver that this year, especially now that I have to make up for lost time of last week, unfortunately. That is a consequence of my own procrastination. I had a great idea, but I don't know if it's going to be able to get done. If it is, then it is, but if it's not, then it's not. And I see Drunken Uncle is in the chat. Hello, Drunky. How are you? Gosh, you are such a fucking attention whore. You're a slut for pets, aren't ya? Does anyone else talk like that to their cats? Just with the absolute abuse of... Like, you can't do that with normal humans because they understand English and, you know, tone. But cats, dogs, you can say whatever you want to them. And they don't give a fuck so long as you feed them, as you take them on walks or clean their litter boxes, so long as you give them, like, the required amount of attention that they crave, like, hello, they don't give a shit. And you are their favorite person. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Yes, it is. Hello, baby. But yeah, so, there are things that are coming up. I have an idea for a video that I really want to do on, Reddit warriors, because I saw a trend that I really want to touch on, commentary-wise, and I'm going to get around to that. I've been collecting graphics for the better part of the last month in anticipation of this video, so that's going to happen. And it was an unplanned video. This idea is an unplanned one, and it's definitely happening because it is 100% memeable. And I think it would definitely be a lot longer than the actual video that I scheduled for April. Hi. You're so freaking hairy. No. And she's sniffing me. Well, she's sniffing the camera version of me. Get your tail out of the camera. Get your tail out of the camera. Oh my god, I have a 2-year-old child here. Hi, cat. Hello, baby. I call them house gremlins, and there's a reason why. It's because they are little house gremlins. Oh gosh. Do you want me to put on cat TV for you, dear? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, hang on. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I have to put on cat TV for the child, because otherwise the child will be distracting us. Hey, Valentine. Come here. Watch the TV. Let me just mute this. Okay, there you go. There's a bunny rabbit on the screen for you. Oh, and she's gonna jump on the screen. It's gonna be a great time. So yeah, that's distracted. You know what I need is I need like a separate laptop to go over there so I can get the rest of my desk back and my other monitor back, because it's really hard to maintain a streaming show with only one monitor and a cat on the desk. I swear to God, if you ever have to do this, you spring for like, I don't know, a tablet or something that you can use to distract the cat. You know what I need? I also need a camera specifically trained on her for this purpose, because I think that you guys would get a kick out of this. Valentine is adorable. Anyway, so yeah, I think the April video is going to have to get switched up, which I don't think anyone really minds. So long as you're getting once monthly content video, you're good. Yes, they did grow bored with the Cat Toys line. I'm sorry, but once the catnip ran out, it was just kind of a eh. And is that a Polydub?
Hello.
Hello there. I was just talking about my failure to upload a video last week and why that was, and how I will make up for it in the future.
Ow. How could you possibly make up for such an egregious failure?
By posting other unscheduled fun content this coming April. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, sure enough. Right.
Yeah. So I had to turn on Cat TV for Valentine, so I only have the use of one of my monitors, unfortunately, so the streaming quality might be lackluster. I'm just kidding.
You had to.
I had to. Otherwise, she wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. She was all up in my business, and then she was on top of the screen, and her tail was in the way of the camera, so I had to distract her with Cat TV.
Fair enough.
It is what it is. So, Polly, it's been a week.
Mm-hmm.
How you been?
Oh, you know.
Yeah?
Fine. How have you been?
Eh.
I hear ya.
Been recovering from moving all of that furniture. Takes it a lot out of you, you know?
Yeah.
You ever just have, like, post-move exhaustion?
Every time I've moved, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I burned the candle at both ends last weekend and leading up to the weekend, and then the refractory recovery period just... It was so long. I still feel like I'm recovering. And part of that is also because I had to go to Wisconsin this weekend for work-related shenanigans, family work-related shenanigans. So that took a lot out of me, too. Because it's a 3-hour trip either way. And, like, 3 hours in the car, it's exhausting. You're not doing anything strenuous, but you're just sitting there in one seat.
Joshua Montgomery says that I'm pretty loud. Did you adjustimate some microphones?
I did turn up the desktop audio, if that's what they're talking about.
That'd do it.
But that was a while ago, so I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe, okay, so I didn't turn up anything, I didn't adjust any of the settings in OBS, but you know what I did do is I did adjust settings in Discord. So give me 1 second. So many audio settings that I have to be aware of. Ugh. Okay, how about now? Is that better?
No, I don't know. Do I sound better?
I don't know. Does he sound better, chat? How about now? Does he sound better?
Quit horning in on my territory, Weebo. I'm the one who has audio problems every single stream.
Really? Is that a thing?
Stay in your lane.
Tell me what to do. You're not my supervisor. You're not my mom. Hey, Polly, I have a question for you, okay?
No, you're not my mom. I gave my child up for adoption before I was born. Therefore, are you my son?
Okay, so anyway.
There's a sentence I never thought I would put together in my entire life.
Quite the sentence.
Okay,
Okay, so do you know if you've ever had strep throat in your life?
Yes, I absolutely have, yes.
Okay. Would your mother be able to say with any definitiveness whether or not you've had strep throat in your life?
No.
She wouldn't.
If a doctor had told her, what are you saying? Is my mother capable of the diagnosis, or do you mean like when I was a child and I don't remember, the doctor told her I had strep throat. Like,
Well,
what are you
like,
asking?
if you had an illness in your childhood, like
Hmm.
pre whenever it was that you were in charge of taking care of your own medical shenanigans,
Yeah.
would she have remembered?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because my mom just asked me if I've ever had strep throat earlier today, and I was like, bitch, I'm not even 24 yet. How would you not know what your child has disease-wise? And then I went and I asked my dad about it, and he's like, how would I know? I'm like, Dad, you just completely undermined my whole point. Now I'm angry at
Yeah.
Mom for no reason.
Dad.
Dad! Which, okay, cool. But the point that I was trying to make is, Mom, how do you not know that your daughter has had strep throat before or not?
Yeah. No, my mom is one of those people that did your mom or your dad, it's more of a mom thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when your mom first met El Boyfriendo, go into embarrassing stories from your youth, like from your childhood rather.
Well, no, but it's not because my mom's not the type to do that. I think she absolutely would. Uh, the number of interactions that my mother and my boyfriend have had, I could probably count on one hand
Ah, okay.
when compared against that of my interactions between my dad and my boyfriend. It's plenty
I'm getting
more.
this thing here. It's not so much that I'm loud as that you're low.
It's I'm low. Pirate
Yeah.
volume is low. Let me fix that because I can. All right. Do.
I have found that you can't rely on the audio mixer levels in OBS at all. They
Yeah.
are, I mean, they exist, they're there, they're lighting up. But in terms of, okay, so desktop audio's this level and the mic level's this level. If you put them at the same level, you are going to be blasting out over top of the desktop.
Apparently, my gains is all the way up, so you're going back down. Bye, Polly. Sorry, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help this.
Do I sound better?
Oh my god, no, you don't. Stop it.
I just turned the mic on or the gain on my mic all the way up.
The gain on my mic is all the way up. Oh shit, my bad.
Wait a minute, on your Blue Yeti?
Yeah.
No, the gain on your Blue Yeti should always be at the lowest it can be. Never use the gain on your mic. Ever.
Well,
I'm not even joking. I know I fuck with you a lot, but I'm not even fucking around about that. You don't use the gain on your mic.
well, I don't know how to fix it otherwise.
Turn up. Well, okay, I'm sure Chad is loving this. Okay, I mean, how's it looking inside your Windows mixer? Your Windows audio mixer?
My Windows audio mixer, you say?
Yeah, like open it up and like where's OBS at? Are the OBS levels low? Are the Discord levels low?
Do I type? Is it like audio mixer, or do I go to the
Yeah, audio mixer. Yes, absolutely.
audio mixer?
No, just right click on the little speaker button down there. Use the UGI.
Oh, you mean an open volume mixer?
There you go.
That's different.
Well, whatever.
It's different. Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
Okay, so
Here, hang on. Let me
open volume mixer.
Let me.
I don't know. How's your
broadcast
Discord
to my
level?
monitor.
How's your level Discord or your Discord level? Is it turned down way low?
No. No,
Okay.
that's Zoom.
So right click on that guy again on the little speaker and
Uh-huh.
click open sound settings.
Open sound settings.
Okay. And go to sound on the left side. You'll see display, sound, notification, actions. Go to sound.
Right here?
Yeah.
I'm already at that.
Is that where you started?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Man, you're weird. Okay. So I assume you're set on microphone, Yeti, stereo, etc. for your input.
Oh, you know what I have installed on here?
What?
VoiceMod virtual audio device. It's default.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't. No. Unless, of course, you're trying to do whatever the fuck. If you know what I mean, like a voice modulator, or you're trying to
Right.
run like a separate EQ,
Right.
like your mic to go direct through EQ software.
So I have
Yeah, it
voice
should
meter too, which is a completely different thing. But
So do I. And we should put our heads together and figure out how to use that effectively.
you're right. We'll figure that out at a later date. But I want to know, does this sound better? Testing, testing, testing.
Well, you sound the same to me, but that's because we're both in Discord, and that's where I'm hearing you. Chat's hearing you directly through your microphone, and so thus it's different.
Chat, how does this sound? Is this better? Yeah, apparently I've been around
Wandering
for
Lisa's like,
too much.
welcome to Otter Tech Support. Okay.
Welcome to
The first thing you're going to want to do is go to Windows,
Go to
find
Windows.
System 32, and delete it.
No! Don't do that. No.
No?
Bad. That's horrible. That's a horrible idea. Don't do it. So yeah, okay, chat, did that help with anything? Let me know.
Okay, here's what you want to do.
Okay.
So right click on the little speaker guy again and go
Right.
to just and just go to sounds. Just not just
Sounds.
sounds, okay? Okay. Go to recording,
Uh,
okay? And then you see where your microphone is, and
Yeah.
it should be leveling while you're talking.
it's not. Oh! Test. Test. Okay, yeah, it is.
Okay. Go to properties.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that should come up. Go to levels, third tab in from the right.
Should I turn this all the way up and then turn the gains down?
What is it at? I'm curious.
43.
Fuck Weebo. There's your turn it up to a fucking 100 and turn your fucking gain down. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
But yay, we figured out the problem. Windows has been halving your gain from your mic this whole time. That's why you've been having to turn your gain up.
Okay, all right, hang on. I'm gonna turn the gains all the way down and then fix it. You tell me what this does. Okay, so it's all the way down.
Oh, you just got way quiet. All right.
All right, now it's all the way up.
What is your
The
the
microphone
Windows?
volume, yeah.
Yeah, now you sound fine with it all the way up. You
Holy
sound
fucking shit.
who knew that shit was hidden away in there, right?
What the
You
fuck?
know what I mean?
I'm so angry.
No, I hear you. I hear you. How do I know about that? A certain gentleman by the name of the One-Ton Hammer. That's he knows where all the little things and stuff are, and
The
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
God damn it. Okay, so if that helped, I'm glad. I'm so sorry that, because I've never adjusted those settings. So that's been the case ever since I built this computer, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. And one thing you might also want to check, just to double check to make sure your quality sounds fine, but if you go to sounds, go to recording again, and then right click on microphone and then properties, and then go to advanced.
Wait, so recording.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the microphone,
properties.
and then properties, and then go to the furthest tab to the right, advanced.
Yes.
What is, you see that drop down menu?
Yeah.
Make sure the quality is turned all the way up. 2 channels, 16-bit, 48,000.
Yeah, it was.
It was? Okay, cool. Cool. I had the crappiest audio sound. Like, it sounded like staticky and whatnot, and Hammer was like, okay, go here, go here, go here. What's it set at? And it was set at like the second lowest level. So anyway, just to double check, make sure that we're hearing all of your beautiful voice tones.
Alex C, it is not my birthday yet. That's not for another week, so thank you. But we still got another week to go. Just so you know.
Another week. Oh God, so close to April Fool's Day.
I know. I wish.
When your parents played a joke on the world.
I wish that my birthday was April Fool's Day, but unfortunately I'm 3 days late, so April 4th.
That's all right though.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited, but I'm also a little bit apprehensive because my birthday is cursed, or at least the week leading up to my birthday, or the week surrounding my birthday is cursed, and it always has been. Something always goes amiss around my birthday, Polly, something. And it's completely random. It can either be like as bad as almost getting kicked out of the house, or as nothing burger as like, I don't know, I get fined for parking in the wrong spot. But something always goes wrong. So I'm like waiting for the shoe to drop. Is that the expression?
Yeah, waiting for the other shoe to drop, etc.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it hasn't yet. Because if it had, then I don't know.
I can tell you one piece of psychological advice.
Yeah.
Turning 25.
I'm turning 24.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
No, you don't get my advice. Not until you're 25, Weebo. Fuck you.
There's a whole mini cottage industry in self-help books and online bullshit, et cetera, about the quarter lifer, the quarter century, quarter life crisis. On it goes, right? And it's supposed to be, you're mid 25, you're 25, so you're like halfway through your 20s, where, et cetera. You're like, it's strictly downhill from there. And what should you do? And what should you be planning? And it's all about like, economic advice and personal life advice and blah, blah, blah. And all they've done, if you stop and think about it for a second, is taken a purely arbitrary age number, that has barely some cultural relevance to it, and turned it into this whole micro cottage industry of advice.
Right.
Based in flashcard psychology. So, my advice was going to be, okay, you're turning 25. If anyone starts talking about quarter life crisis, anything along those lines, you can tell them, no, shut up. Because it's...
Isn't the average age, or like the average age that you die, like 84 or something?
For you. For a man, it's lower because you drive us into a grave.
I've never done any such thing.
Well, not to me, but the poor guy trying to play video games off to your right. I mean, yeah.
He's not there right now, actually. He's
really? Okay.
Chilling on the bed.
Okay, well.
On the brand new mattress, which, by the way...
You drained him, did you? He's sitting there, oh, God, I can't take it anymore, and he's just laying down.
Lady doesn't kiss and tell, Polly.
Well, I didn't mean that drain. Yo.
Oh, shit! Yeah, Schwitz!
All right, chat. Okay, let's take bets on what just happened. Meowswitch got into the catnip. Meowswitch got into the liquor, or Meowswitch did wreck something, or was about to wreck something expensive. Knock something on, yeah. Got into the liquor and something.
Your keyboard would have been a goner, dear. This is why you need to clean up after yourself, mister. Ugh. Keep your clean space around your desk area. Cat
okay, you know what?
Got into the beer. She wanted a drink.
Yeah. I was taking bets with Chad about what happened. Are you drinking Mexican Coke?
Of course I am.
I despise you.
Why?
Because it's Lent and I can't have one, and I love cane sugar Coke.
It was a party meow. That's funny, man squash. Indeed it was. Yeah, no, she just freaking... You know what cats do when they're, like, bored?
Oh, yeah.
Just eat things off of surfaces.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, no, So, I don't drink a lot of soda pop anymore. At least I try not to.
I'm not from the Midwest. What do you mean? Go on.
I don't. And, I used to, as a kid. It was like a once a week kind of deal. If not more than that. My dad would... He'd make us only drink one a day if we were going to drink one. Because if we were left unchecked, we'd probably just drink all of the soda in the house immediately and be done with it. But as I got older, I was like, one, it's expensive to feed that habit. But also, I tried not to have as many empty calories because I was always trying to lose weight because I got that freshman 15 in my junior year of college and I still haven't gotten rid of it and I'm still working on it. But it's a completely different story.
Goddamn patriarchy.
And nothing to do with the patriarchy. I blame alcohol. But I had to get rid of empty calories somehow, and soda is a good way to get rid of empty calories, just abstaining from drinking, like, anything that has empty calories in it that's not nutritional and like, doesn't have any nutritional value in your diet is an easy way to get rid of those in your diet. So I just stopped drinking soda as much. And I come to find out that abstaining from drinking soda, one, enriches the taste a little bit because I was getting to a point where it just didn't taste as good as the first time I had it. But also, I was losing weight, obviously, because there wasn't the, excess crappy sugar. But I also felt better. I'm not gonna lie. I felt a lot better not having that in my system on a daily basis. Because I used to be religious about this shit. Sodas, juices. The only thing that I drink that isn't water, really, is coffee. And that's mostly water.
And?
Well, alcohol is another thing.
Thank you. We are on a show called Cocktail Hour where you're often drinking directly from the bottle, Weebo.
Yeah, you're right.
I can give you a bit of advice, though. When it comes to wine.
Right.
Get into acclimate to drier wines. Because obviously they have less sugar. They have less bricks of sugar.
Yes, I have been, actually.
So if you like your Pinot Blancs, go to your move up to Pinot Gris and then move on to a Sauvignon Blanc. And by the time you're up to Sauv Blancs, they're pretty low in sugar compared to, like a Gewürztraminer or something. Like, right. Oh my God.
Well, I also need to.
They're just like simple sugar. Whew.
I've also been weaning off the alcohol a little bit too, so I only have it if I'm gonna have it. I'll only have it on the weekends, if I have it, of course.
No. Wait. You're getting off of wine mom training? This is no good.
Well, yeah, I am, because I don't think it's great for my digestion either. Because wine dehydrates you, and I don't need to be dehydrated. I need to be overhydrated, in fact. I have such a dry skin. It's horrible. It's atrocious. Polly, I don't think you understand. The Midwest is a very dry climate sometimes. Or it can be, depending on...
Moisturizer's your friend.
Right. Well, because I also have eczema, so I have dry skin by default. So anything that dries me out any more than I already am doesn't help.
So being the hair care styling enthusiast, or at least knowledgeable person that you are,
yes,
do you find that your hair is quite dry and you need to pick special conditioners and whatnot?
My hair isn't so much dry as it does get it's not affected necessarily by what I eat so much as it's affected by the weather. So during the winter months especially, everything dries out because it just does. That's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. And because of that, there's a lot of static electricity build up in the hair area. So not only do I have to I overhydrate during the winter months, but I also have to use my special comb, which discharges the static electricity from my hair to keep it...
Shut up. That's a thing.
...manageable. I swear to God it is. Let me go get it.
I want to see it. I've never even heard of it. Chet, did you believe there was such a thing as a de-staticking comb? I wouldn't have believed it. It's...
So it looks like...
I can't wait to see this thing. I'm wondering if it's got like a grounding cord on it.
No, it looks like just a regular old comb, but it is made of a specific type of material that helps discharge static electricity. Kind of like if you've ever worked with small components, small electrical components that
Yeah.
can very easily be like fucked
Blown
up.
up. Yeah.
Well, blown up by
Static electricity discharges.
yeah, that. If you've ever worked with materials like that, you know that static electricity discharging, mats are kind of the mainstay of those work environments. And I think they have like FOD wristbands that you have to wear too whenever you're working on these things. Same concept, except it's in comb form.
That was the wristband that I forgot to put on. The one that grounds you when I was working on, when I was in electronics class in high school. And I was sitting there and I had 3 capacitors in series, all fully charged, and touched both ends, and they discharged through me. And I didn't have the wristband on. And the next thing I knew, I was looking up at the ceiling. I was no longer sitting upon my stool. Not cool. Like, we're talking big fucking capacitors the size of like D-cell batteries. I forget what the voltage was on them, but like, Jesus Christ, that was a... Whew.
Yeah, I've never actually...
The teacher was yelling at me, and it had nothing to do with my safety, but his career. It was great. Do you know what would have happened to me? Like, it was...
Do you know what would have happened to me if you had died?
Yeah.
My career over.
Do you know the paperwork I would have had to have done?
That's always pretty funny though. The amount of paperwork. That's what's on the mind. But yeah, no, I've never blown myself up from my hair, but it's definitely gotten to the point where it was super annoying, and I only got this because I was looking for ways to discharge the static in my hair to make it less frizzy in the wintertime, because I noticed that was a thing that was going on. And then I heard that they made brushes and combs that specifically discharge static electricity, and so I'm like, oh, I'm going to try a freaking $5 comb, see if it works. It does.
Sweet.
Now I don't have a static
using
electricity
one of them.
problem.
That looks like a comically big comb.
Not comically big. It's pretty standard size for
Well, but just the teeth are pretty far apart. Well, I don't know anything about ladies' hair care.
It's a wide tooth comb. This is pretty standard.
Well, okay, just...
You want to see my shower comb? It's bigger. It's got wider teeth.
Why do you have a shower? What makes it a shower comb?
For combing out my hair in the shower.
Well, okay. Right, but why?
Okay, so when you are in the shower, and you're putting conditioner in your hair, that is the most optimal time to comb out your hair, because it's basically like a detangler. Your hair's already wet, so you get to just kind of comb it, and because you're in the shower, you also get to de-shed some of that hair, so you're combing out in the shower with the comb, de-shedding. You're doing like 6 different things. And actually, you want to comb your hair as opposed to brushing it, because combing your hair, if you start from the bottom, right, and you work your way up, it causes less breakage and less damage overall, just in general.
And that kind of conditioning, that actually makes a lot of sense, combing out hair like that, because I mean, optimal time, your hair's already wet, etc. Okay, that all makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's a comb.
My beauty routine is well thought out.
I could tell you all about hair relaxer and hot combs and every other black girl hair care thing, because date a black woman and you're going to find out all about it. I could tell you what the most moisturizing kinds of conditioner are, because
Really?
And the conditioners that allow your relaxer to stay the longest, that will allow the relaxation to continue the longest, versus the ones that will cause it to frizz right up again, and so on and so. All the things that black women go through with their hair. Ugh.
And here's the thing: they don't necessarily need to. At least, like,
you're not wrong.
They could go the natural route and just leave it as is, but they claim that the issue with...
Ooh, Weebo legs.
Oh, Weebo legs. Huh. Speaking of which...
Travis Gardner, so I wanted to ask, what do you think about the Russo-Ukrainian war? But we'll get back. That's a good question, Travis Gardner, and thank you for the Weebo legs. And we'll get. I'm going to put a pin in that because Weebo was talking about hair, and we'll get right back to that.
I was about to make a very politically charged statement, so.
Yeah, via hair. Well,
Exactly.
the Russia-Ukrainian war is a lot like bad conditioner. Let me tell you how.
Well, no, okay, so the claim from black women is that they don't get jobs because employers judge them based off of their hair routine or the way that their hair looks.
Really?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Black women online. I have never IRL heard a single black woman ever say that once ever.
So,
Or a black man say that a black woman said that, or any other person say that they heard a black woman say that. So Jesus Christ, that's such an online piece of bullshit. But go on.
So like, it's not necessarily like the natural hair that is the biggest problem in these sects of employment industry. It's the different styles that people do to their hairs if they have black hair. So like dreadlocks, for instance, certain types of braiding, for instance. Those get a little bit. Those suffer more discrimination in the workplace than like my hair type or my hair style.
Yeah.
And the reason, I'm not 100% sure about the reason exactly, but the idea is because they're traditionally black hairstyles, they're unappreciated, and people discriminate against black people because of their hair, because they look black.
I love the idea. I do love hearing black women especially describe braiding as a black hairstyle. So, right.
That's the other problem too.
Little girls of any and every race haven't been braiding their hair since little girls were a thing.
I know, that is super annoying because the close cropped cornrows and close cropped braiding, box braids to your hair, those are obviously just unique to like one exclusive skin color, and that's it.
Right?
It's the professional look versus the radical look. A flaming blue mohawk isn't going to fly like big bold dreads. Well, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong. There's anything too radical about dreadlocks. Or, well, okay, there is something radical about dreadlocks. But, like, box braids, there's nothing super radical about them. They just take a fucking long time, and they stay in the hair. Holly, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, a black hair routine get done to a person. But it's not just for the day. It is for
No, I get that.
a lengthy period of time that hairstyle stays. And that is exhausting to me because that is the scalp being pulled freaking taut by the hair. And that would hurt me physically as a person. I would be so irritated with that. I couldn't handle it. So props to black women for doing that with their face.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you, Serpent21, for the donation. Hey, $3 is supposed to show Weebo legs. I get a melty SpongeBob. I said it last week and I'll say it this week. Weebo, your hair looks very nice today. You stick to your routine. Unfortunately, yes, that is the default because I haven't done anything for the other donation amounts yet. I'm not on.
Why does it keep playing?
Polly's level. Is it still playing? For you?
Yeah, I'm just hearing it over and over again from wherever.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm sorry. It's not doing that to me.
Stop it!
Just
God damn it!
Close out of OBS and then bring it back. I know that it has done that to me in the past, and that freaked me out. But I don't know why it's doing it to you.
Man, am I the only one hearing this over and over again?
Yes, just close OBS. Close it, reopen it. It should fix it. I hope. I think. I pray.
Why would I even be hearing it through OBS?
Because you have my donations in your OBS thing.
Yeah, but it's not turned on.
Then I don't know. I don't have an answer for you there. Yeah, I do need to get the donations sorted out because it's been a minute. I need to get more donations.
So I do in a big way too. We should have a donation sorting party where we put a movie on and just organize. Because what I need to do is the theme thing.
Right.
So create a new theme for Noir Bar, and which means I need to re-upload each donation itemize it for number, for length of time for that it's going to run. Like if it's a 4-second donation or a 6-second donation, I need to do all of that. We should have a donation set party.
That's gross.
Because I've been telling myself I got to do it, and you know how that is. It's like saying I got to clean the silverware, and it's like, yeah, you do it like right before Thanksgiving, because when you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I get.
I don't own silverware. I'm just as a point.
Really?
Yeah, you know what? Quiz and
that
I
a
were
bachelor
laughing at you
thing?
last night. No, we were laughing at you specifically as the butt of our joke last night. We were painting, and hold on, I'm trying to think how it came up. How did it come up? Okay, we're both painting our mini. He's doing Warhammer 40K. I'm doing Revolutionary War minis for historical war gaming, and it said it was it about a game or something like that? Oh no, I remember. We were talking about Twitch streaming painting.
Right.
Because people were like, "Oh, Polly, you should do a Twitch channel." And I said, I was telling Quiz this, and he said, "Oh yeah." I go, "So are you going to go with painting?" And I said, "Yeah, to begin with, because who wants to watch me noob through some fucking video games? And I'll pick a video game later just to start it up and whatever, and so I can interact with chat. It'll be a painting stream." He said, "Did you pick a camera yet?" And I said, "Yeah, I looked it up on different, because I wanted a really good what's it called? Length focus." No, focal length, where it's not going to be constantly knocked out of focus, and you can get really close on something, and it'll be in focus, like painting, and you'll be able to see it in detail. So I looked up on a bunch of boards what different mini painters who were doing this already, what they were using, certain Logitech camera. And then he goes, and I found out that's the camera Quiz uses. And he goes, "Oh yeah, that's also the camera that Weebo uses." And I said, "Seriously, you guys got the same camera?" It's like, "Yeah, the Logitech." And what is it? What's the model? Weebo?
Well, I have two Logitechs. I have the Logitech Brio, and then I have the Logitech 1080p. It looks like.
I'm pretty sure it's the 1080p one.
I have it. I have one. It's somewhere. I don't know where it went. But yeah, it's 1080p. I think that's the one that he also has, because this one is like a $400 one. It doesn't work very well. This is the 4K one.
Okay. So it's the very same one Weebo has. And I said, "Cool, we should get her into painting. Then we get all three of us on there." He said, "Yeah, she's not into that." And I said, "Yeah, she spends most of her time looking for obscure old lady things online to complete her tea service." And the Quiz laughs his ass off. And I said, "Dude, I remembered I started telling the story of how excited you were when you found the butter dish that matched the pattern." And it was... And he was like, "What, really?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, she was so excited. It was adorable." I was like, "Look, it matches the pattern, Polly. I've got the right butter dish. This is great." And I'm like, this is how excited she gets. And I'm like, she calls it nesting. We were... It's just like, "Oh my God, she's such a girl." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I just..." Because how is this the same person that drinks, shit posts, and does everything else? And I'm like, she's an enigma, man. There's no making sense of Miss Jones. Just,
I thought everyone knew about the butter dish scenario. Well, I could just think of it like, okay, so, everyone's got, like, their little collection thing that they have.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that they collect, that they're super passionate about. Well, in this case, one of my super passionate collections is my dishware. All right?
It's fine.
And it is a very understated dish set, vintage, and no longer in production. Therefore, it is cool, and it will probably be worth something when my children are bequeathed it on my deathbed. So.
Bequeathed it. I remember you showing me the same, which salt shaker looks more like this pattern? And you kept going back and forth and wouldn't let it go. And I'm like, I think it's the bottom one or the top one, like whichever one I had selected. And you're like, "Are you sure?" Like the state of indecision that you're in. It was great. It was great.
Well, because they were two very, very similar patterns. It was white flowers on white dish, and not only that, but they had platinum,
We're on tops?
platinum Oh, fuck. Platinum ringy things around. I'm going to come up with a phrase later. I swear to God I will. But right now I can't think of it. And it's going to piss me off.
Furious typing ensues.
What is it called? What is it called? Oh my gosh. Do I have to sign into my account? Really? Yes, Polly. I have an account with the place that sells all of the dishware that I would like to buy from, you know, for purposes. So, you make fun of me, why don't you?
I love the narrowed eyes of contempt there. That was...
Wet on white flowers and leaves. Do. And it's got, oh gosh. It's gonna piss me off. Trim color. That's what it's called. That's what it's referred to. It's the trim.
Trim color. Okay.
Okay, before we get too far away, I'm gonna just redo that one.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you the next 6 minutes. You donated before the show to say this. I had a dream the other night that I stole Polly's car. I felt pretty bad about it. He's one of the homies. Grove Street for life. He looks like an angry Dave Coulier for some reason. Sorry, Polly. Anyhow, sub to Weebo. Completely random.
I had to close OBS again because it was cycling. I've got to find out where you're hidden in. You got to be in Noir Bar, right?
I'm either in Noir Bar or I am in AAA. Because I think that was why you had my notification. It was because of the face stream. The one with the PSA about dog bites.
Oh, right. Right. See, I think this is you, and I didn't label it as being you. Okay, so I have one scene that's just nothing but people's donations. Streamlabs donations. So when I'm doing AAA or whatever the fuck, I know when the donations are coming up.
Right.
And there's one that's just labeled Streamlabs, and I didn't rename it to the person. I think this is you. So here, let me put it in chat. I'm kidding. I won't.
Oh yeah, that's right. Widgets
But
and all that.
But the only one here is me. So I don't. And I went over and looked at Noir Bar. Nope. I mean, you're there, but you're not turned on.
Then I don't
Are
know.
you turned on, Weeba? And then AAA, you're not turned on there either.
Not right now. Sorry. This isn't Twitch. Or OnlyFans. Daniel Fullman asked me if my set is complete yet. And I can actually show you the set itself on the website. Where is my thing with the stuff? Oh, that's nope, we don't want that. Let's go the window capture. So
Use that Stream Deck.
Yeah, this is the set itself. So I have all of the dishes except for the mugs. I haven't been able to find the mugs yet. And I think it's this version of the coffee pot and lid. I have this version, but I don't have this version. But this is the covered butter dish. And I don't have this salt and pepper shaker because it is not a part of this set. This is a mislabeled set, and they won't listen to me about this. It's actually a part of...
You wrote a strongly worded email. They wouldn't listen.
It's part of, I believe it's this one, Lovelace by Crown Victoria, which is similar but different in terms of patterns. These are all of the China patterns that I have found that I kind of like, which is, it's weird. Is that weird, Polly, that I have China patterns that I like?
Nope.
No, it's not weird?
Not for a girl. Just whatever you do. I mean, okay, so I'm reminded of, like, when we were busting balls last night, behind your back. There, it was done with affection.
Of course.
I said, and keep in mind, she's also a girl who's into guns and owns her own gun. And he's like, oh, yeah, right, yeah. That's, you know what I mean? She's an enigma. It's Yeah. And what this reminds me of is when you're just scrolling through stuff, it's like, yeah, I totally do that for gun parts. You know what I mean? Where I have accounts and yeah, I want this thing next and this thing and like start building dream guns and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I hear you.
I also have a list of like furniture for my office for whenever it is that I get a house in my own like office, because I'm gonna get a whole bunch of. I'm gonna get a desk, an L-shaped desk, and I'm gonna get. I'm gonna make a false accent wall out of shiplap with floating shelves to kind of simulate the inside of a 17th century ship made of wood, because I'm going for that pirate look. So it'll be for the Nameless Thief, but I'll also have the green screen and then other pull down picture backgrounds as well. And then I'll be able to reposition the camera to the shelf, which I'm probably gonna get different shelves than this, because I do like these, but I think that they would be more useful for El Boyfriendo than for me. I'm gonna get my own bookshelves, but they're gonna line an entire wall. So I have dreams and plans and things that I want to do and buy. So mostly it's just window shopping right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun to be young and so full of hope.
Just you wait.
Ah, yes. Someday I will no longer have dreams or hope.
Yeah, just keep working a 9 to 5. That'll do it to you.
Did you ever work a 9 to 5?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a traditional 9 to 5?
Mm-hmm.
But not right now, right?
Mm-mm.
That's what I thought. Wait, is that what's really gonna happen, Polly?
Yes.
I'm gonna slowly.
I had a former professor tell me one time, your PhD is your ticket to not have to wake up before noon. It's like a license.
Is that the reason
No,
I should get a PhD?
No, I mean, now that's not true, but fuck, it made me laugh, and it really stuck with me. Where it's like, yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I want that license to not have to get up before noon. Because the truth is, like, I mean, if let's say you're teaching at a college like yours, like a small liberal arts college or what have you, right? If the only room available, because they have to schedule it out to teach whatever the fuck it is you're teaching, introductory history or whatever,
Right.
is at 8:30 in the morning, then motherfucker, it's at 8:30 in the morning. So you don't really get that call. The only time that you could do it is when you have like cachet and power to be like, I'm picking this room. Like you get to reserve your own room, and it's gonna be like at 3 in the afternoon in a room that's not too far from your office, etc.
I'd like to not be able to, or I'd like to have the choice to not wake up at 4 in the morning. You know?
That would be nice. So, okay, so what would be your optimal wake up time if you could choose?
Wake up or work at.
Wake up.
Okay.
Wake up for work, not for being a millionaire. Wake up for work.
Okay. I'd like to wake up at like 8 o'clock.
That's some early.
That's late though to me, because right now I'm waking up 4 hours before that time. So if I could sleep in an extra 4 hours, that would be brilliant.
Yeah.
I long for the days when 8 a.m.s were my biggest problem in the morning. Long for them. Because they're gone. They are long gone, alright? No longer am I the kid that is strategically scheduling my classes so that I avoid having to wake up at 7:30 to get to my 8 a.m. No, now I wake up at 4 o'clock every morning, regardless of the day, and that's probably going to be the case for the next couple of years.
How does that make you feel?
Existential dread. Yep.
Remember Weebo? Nobody on their deathbed ever said, I wish I worked more.
True. But I'm thinking if I could work enough to save up enough to put it away into high interest rate yield investments to the point where I retire early, then I retire early and I don't have to work a traditional 9 to 5 ever again. I can just do whatever the fuck I please.
So the money that you have, excuse me, been putting into savings, how does that 8% tax on it feel so far?
What do you mean? 8% tax?
Well, inflation basically breaks down as an 8% tax on the
Oh.
money that you have because it's at 8%, but it's at 12 right now in the UK. So very likely to hit double digits in the United States. So how's that feel?
I haven't actually had to touch my savings yet. Like, at all. I've not even gotten close.
Okay, so let's just say for the sake of argument, you have 10 grand in savings.
Right.
Like somebody has 10 grand in savings.
Right.
You know, and it is. God damn it, drunk lady.
My bad. That wasn't even alcohol induced. That was
Yeah,
just...
Nuke YouTube is like, I haven't touched my savings. And Nuke YouTube says they touched your savings. Exactly.
Oh, they touched it?
Yes.
Just show me on the doll where they touched you.
Yeah. I mean, is that technically true? No. Is it instrumentally what is happening? Yes. You understand what I mean? You get what I mean.
Not exactly. I mean, okay, so explain it to me like I'm 2 years old and just learning about inflation for the first time, because I'm
Fair
not
enough.
quite sure how that does affect my savings.
You have $100.
Right.
Like in your possession, like physically in your
Right.
hand, right?
Yeah.
It's about the purchasing power of your money. Okay, what will it buy? Okay, and purchasing power is dictated by the cost of things. It will not buy, back in my day, I used to be able to buy a candy bar for 5 cents, that kind of thing. And it's like, okay,
Right.
well, but the prices of everything have gone up, from manufacturing to advertising to transport. Everybody forgets that things aren't made in a building beside their house, if you know what I mean.
Right.
They're usually made somewhere else and then transported. So the fuel to get you there and the pay to the trucker to get it there, that's all worked into it. And so that as those costs go up, the purchasing power of your money goes down.
Okay.
There's other factors involved in the purchasing power of your money. How much money is there out there? If the U.S. Mint, if the Fed decides to print a whole fuck ton of money is determined by its scarcity. Something is of value because it's scarce. If everywhere you turn there was gold would be of no value.
Right.
If everywhere you turn there were diamonds of high grade quality, diamonds would have no value. That's the very reason that diamond mines, the majority of diamonds that come out of them, are not used and put on the market. They're put into storage. Why?
Right.
To
Well, because
keep
then they
them
control the market.
Right, to keep them scarce.
Mm-hmm.
We only allow a certain amount of diamonds, and some would interpret that as cartel activity, but I'm not saying that.
Right.
So De Beers, really, the majority of diamonds that they mine stay raw. They do not cut them, and they put them in storage.
Yeah,
and
which
they
is
only
why I
release
don't want a diamond
certain
when I
ones.
get an engagement ring. Just saying.
Yeah, it is a giant scam. Diamonds are very nice, and they have a lot of really cool industrial uses, and when they're cut and polished in a certain way, they look very nice, but it's a big, massive fucking scam. The price is inflated beyond belief because there are a lot more of them available
Right.
than it seems like, because the diamond companies operate as a cartel by controlling the supply. So in any case, the purchasing power of your money. So if there's a hell of a lot more dollars out there, because they just keep printing them, the dollars you have are worth less. Why? Well, because there's a lot more dollars out there.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Those are all factors that feed into inflation, meaning the relative purchasing power of the money you have. So the $100 that you have, that you had, like, let's say 6 months ago, okay, now only has the purchasing power of $92 relative to what
Right.
you could have bought
Okay.
6
No,
months
I get
ago.
I get what you're talking about.
You see what I'm saying? So if you have $100 in savings, and I put $100 in savings. Okay, if inflation goes up by 8%, that means the purchasing power of that money that you've put into savings is still $100. Like, it's still the same number.
But it has the ability to buy $92 worth of
Yeah,
items.
it only has that. And
Gotcha.
inflation goes up every year. And it's a pretty predictable amount until you elect a geriatric houseplant. And then it
Yeah?
sorry, my politics came out there a little bit, but it's just
Right.
the idea being when factors in the world create a lot of really really high inflation, yeah, the money that you put into savings is no longer worth the same amount because it goes higher than the standard year to year inflation rate, which is why you want to put your money in at least some kind of savings account that has enough of an interest on it to offset standard inflation. Oh, I've got $10,000 and I squirreled it away under, in my mattress, let's say in
It's not getting any
1971.
interest.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, but that's $10,000 you squirreled away in 1971.
Right.
It's still legal tender. You can still spend it. They're old bills, but they're still spendable. But it doesn't have anywhere near the same purchasing power in 2022 that it did in 1971.
Right.
You haven't done yourself any favors by doing that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you
get
want to at least offset inflation at a minimum. But inflation is
It's 8%.
real. Take a look at the graph at the rate inflation is increasing right now. And I won't get into it. And that leads us over to the question: what do I think about the Russia-Ukrainian war? Well, why is that affecting inflation? When Joe Biden, because this will relate in the end. So why did the geriatric house plan even come up? Well, for a number of reasons. The Fed has been printing money like fucking crazy, which is, as I said, a factor of inflation because it decreases the scarcity of the money that's already out there. So thus your money has less purchasing power. It has been just printing. It hasn't stopped and it's still going ever since he came to office. Fucking nuts. That's a bad idea because we don't want it to look like the COVID mandates that we're very fond of are having an impact on the economy. So what do? We print a whole bunch of money so it seems like there's more money. No, that will just look like there's more money, but everyone will be paying more money for things at the grocery store, for example. It's like that old line that apparently isn't apocryphal is actually true when there was hyperinflation with a superheated market in the pre-National Socialist Weimar Republic in Germany. People rolled up with a wheelbarrow full of Deutschmarks to buy a loaf of bread, and somebody dumped the Deutschmarks and stole the wheelbarrow because it was worth more.
I do remember hearing something about that, I think, in like my early World War II or 20th Century Wars class in high school. I do recall.
Yeah. I mean, stories about the amount of money that you would have to spend to buy a loaf of bread in the Weimar Republic during superinflation is crazy. It's crazy. And what causes it? Printing. That's why when fuck Weebo. I remember, I just had a flashback. I was teaching Poly 101, like Poli Sci 101.
Right.
And it's like, well, if the government wants people I don't understand why a girl actually asked this Weebo Jones, why doesn't the government just print more money and then give it to the poor?
And this was a college student?
Yes, that is a first-year college student asking that fucking question. It's like, if you print a whole bunch of money and give it to the poor, the money that everybody else has is worth less, including the money that you just gave to the poor. So they are identically as poor. Do you not see
They're
how
still
or why?
Poor. They're still as poor, but now they just have cash that's worth less.
Yeah, they have kindling for their fire now. Yes.
Basically.
I couldn't believe that she asked that. It was like, okay, let's talk about scarcity. And there's whiteboards, right? So I'm like, okay, let's say that we've got 20 things. Ooh, Weebo legs. Serpent21, thank you for the $3. The show is depressing now. Last week we talked about Whitney Houston's crack bathroom. Shit, it faded away. What's the rest of it? Oh, hold on. Shit.
You have Streamlabs.
I don't know I don't have my computer in the room that's got Streamlabs on it.
Polly.
I forgot my Streamlabs password, Weebo, and I can't find the encrypted XLS spreadsheet that's got all my passwords in it.
You want me to read it? Because I have the thing pulled up.
I would like that.
Okay. Serpent21 donated to say, this show is depressing now. Last week we talked about Whitney Houston's crack bathroom, ugly houses. Barbara Gordon's shitty bathroom. Gillian Anderson, one of those things is not like the other. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad you used the word depressing and not boring. That's something.
Yeah. Depression is better than boredom.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what? It
What?
is kind of. Well, I watched a Lotus Eaters podcast clip today,
Yeah.
and it was on. There won't be in England soon. There won't be in England. Words to that effect. Riffing off of the song title. There'll always be in England.
Right.
And it was just listing off reasons like of the. Here's the Whitechapel tube, as they call it, subway station that now has the name of Whitechapel in Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
Because why? And it's the list, and because diversity is our strength, says the mayor, who is so proud of this, and all of the Twitter reactions to how awesome this is, and that it's in a bigger, more prominent place than the English words. Because, like, yeah, let's get all the English out of England. You want to talk about fucking depressing? Watch that. Jesus Christ. So, no, but you make a good point. I will tell you, because Travis Gardner asked about what I think about the Russia-Ukrainian war. How about this, real fast? Zelensky isn't who he's painted to be. There are no heroes in that situation.
Right.
Is he braver than Justin Trudeau? Because Justin Trudeau ran from honking horns to an undisclosed location with like an entire fucking regimen to protect him because he was afraid that the honking horns might, I don't know, hurt his precious hair or something. Whatever the fuck his reasons were. So, like, I mean, that's cowardice in the extreme. Is Zelensky a brave man? Everyone's like, oh, he's a brave man. Yeah, there is no politician anywhere in the world that doesn't cultivate an image around themselves. Is there a reason when he's speaking to Congress or to the Kisnet, the Israeli legislative body, or when he's talking to France or whatever, that he needs to be dressed in olive drab green and military gear? No, there's absolutely no reason that he needs to be doing that at all. It's all part of a cultivated image. He wants to make it look like he's down in the streets fighting with a Kalashnikov shooting Russians. Mm-hmm. It's not what's happening. Every photo you've ever seen of Zelensky, like, you know, oh, he's got his helmet on and he's down there with the troops. Yet why is he staying there at all? Yes, he went down to talk to the troops to boost morale, but like every political leader does that at one point or another.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not that amazing of a thing. Yes, he's braver than Justin Trudeau, but that's like saying, I don't know, fresh food is better than 10-day-old garbage. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, scared little kittens are braver than fucking Justin Trudeau. In any case.
Wow.
Well, seriously.
Tell us how you really feel, Polly.
Hey, next 6 minutes. How's it going? Zelensky has nowhere to go. Is the short version of the story, is why he's still there. Where's he going to go? Does he have a Swiss bank account? Of course he does. Was he named in the Panama Papers? Of course he was. Was he squirreling away secret money? Of course he was. Who funded his campaign? A Russian oligarch. Don't believe me? Test me. Go see if I'm wrong about those things. Who funded Zelensky's campaign? A Russian oligarch. Isn't that who he's fighting? Yeah, it's really twisted. The story's complex. There are no heroes there. And the idea that Putin is a psycho, don't buy it. That's news entertainment gloss for the sake of evil leader doing crazy things.
It's never that
not crazy.
simple.
It was a rational decision that he made. Why was it rash? I'm not saying it was a good decision. I don't think he should have done it. I would have very much rather he didn't do it, invade Ukraine. Mm-hmm. Nonetheless, was it a lunatic decision to do? No. That's too easy of an explanation. Why did he even get away with it? Well, there were whole sections of breakaway Ukrainian trying to demand independence sections that wanted to be.
What the fuck?
Thank you, Lion Pager, for the $16. Pie is good. Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
Okay.
Weebo, I should take you on a run through all my donations. They're a lot of fun.
I really wish you would. Well, no, it makes sense that Putin went after Ukraine in the way that he did, especially since Ukraine is the breadbasket of Eastern Europe. I mean, there's one reason right there. The other reason is take a look at any map of NATO bases around Europe, and you'll see exactly why it was that he wouldn't want Ukraine to be part of NATO. I mean, that's another reason right there. That's two reasons. Yeah. Two very good reasons, I would say.
Yeah, it's not crazy town when, okay, they were independents declaring wanting to be independent breakaway sections, and a whole bunch of sections of Ukraine that didn't agree with each other. They didn't want to form some massive group. It's not like Catalonia in Spain, where Catalonia is looking for independence and has its own legislative body and has a historical claim to blah, blah, blah. No, it's different sections that don't agree with each other, and here's the key fact. The Central Ukrainian government did not have political, economic, or just news information control over those sections. They were functionally out of their control in every way that a state does, like a Westphalian state with defined borders and a defined population and et cetera, et cetera. No, those were not part of the Ukraine. They were on a map simply because they weren't part of Russia. So therefore, they must be part of Ukraine. That's not the way they saw it, and the Central Ukrainian government had no control over them. And they wanted to be part of the Russian Federation. Is it so strange that Putin would have used that as a justification to move in? No, not at all. It's like, are there ethnic Russians that don't want to be part of the Russian Federation and that are fighting the Russians in Ukraine? Yeah, that's what I mean when I say it's a complicated war. It's not just like, oh, look at all the evil that's being done. Let me tell you something about Putin. He's being withdrawn. He's being reticent in his use of military force, in his application of military force. Have the Russians fucked up a lot? Where it's like, oh yeah, you see tanks and you see this and you see that. Yeah, that's propaganda that happens in every war. Look at how good this side is doing and how bad that side is doing. Are the Russians being Russian about the whole thing? Yeah, their maintenance sucks. And yeah, they're abandoning tanks. Do they have the ability to level the fucking place if they wanted to? Yes. And everyone goes right to atomic warfare. Well, don't they always? Because then you get to talk about World War III that way. Is Putin going to use atomic weapons? 95-5, no. Like, is there a chance? You always have to allow for the chance. Yeah, but 95-5, no. Because there's no reason for him to. Berlin was leveled, literally leveled flat. There wasn't a single atomic weapon used.
Mm-hmm.
How was it done? Non-stop sorties of bombing over and over and over. Oh, Putin blew up, Russian forces blew up a building. Oh, a building, huh? Kyiv, as everybody likes to call it now, is still fucking standing. It's got buildings all over the fucking place. If it was total warfare and Putin wanted to unleash all holy hellfire on them, you wouldn't have Kyiv. You'd have a rubble pit. That's war.
Also, yes.
So he's actually being very restrained.
Why nuke your breadbasket? That's another thing. It seems ridiculous.
There is no point in taking over a place if you've completely leveled it.
Mm-hmm.
What was Eisenhower's line? We don't need to. How did he describe it with Europe?
We don't need to decimate our enemies in order to subjugate them.
No, it was. We have to do more than get the Nazis out of Europe. We have to save Europe. Meaning, if we destroy Europe, if we level it.
Lost.
Yeah, we've lost. What have we done? We actually have to save it. So that was Eisenhower's argument as Supreme Commander to Churchill as to why Operation Overlord was necessary on D-Day. Why don't we just continue the bombing? Because it's working. Because there won't be anything left worth claiming if we do.
Yeah, you'd have to start completely over. The civilization in that region would be completely devastated, and you have what is essentially the Middle East on your hands.
Right. Weebo with the coy little smile afterwards.
I mean, am I wrong?
No.
It's been that region has been completely devastated over 20-some plus years. Did it help? No. I think we can learn from the mistakes of past, efforts that no, it doesn't facilitate success in your efforts to subjugate a region to just bombard it with shell after shell after shell after shell. It also doesn't help with your relations with that region's population, because it's not just soldiers in that area that you're bombarding. it is civilians as well, and you're not going to get them on your side if you keep bombing the fuck out of them. Is the other part of that.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
You want to unite the front, you want to unite a group of people faster than you can snap your fingers, attack them. That's how you do that. Like, there is no greater glue that holds people together than a common enemy. Someone on the outside coming in and just kind of stabbing away. It's pretty good glue fodder, or whatever it is you want to call it. I said from the beginning, me and a boyfriend were discussing this like a month ago, and we were talking about it. And I said, this is less a war than it is a propaganda war.
Mm-hmm.
And what I meant by that is, whoever wins the land aspect of the war in terms of, like, getting more land, doesn't matter as much as who wins the propaganda aspect of it. The person that wins the majority of the people who see this on social media and in the news and on TikTok or Reddit or Twitter or whatever, that matters more, because that's going to carry a lot more weight going forward in time than just holding the lines at this particular demarcation in the sand.
Fair enough.
In my opinion. Which I think is a pretty solid opinion. Like, more so than in the past. Because public opinion, people's opinions, the age of information is right now versus back then, like during the World War II, World War I, even the Vietnam War, when they had press covering the shenanigans and turning the American public against the war in Vietnam at home. More so now than ever, you can manipulate a population however you damn well please with just a sleight of hand and a funny camera angle.
Yep.
And it would be really easily done. It's kind of annoying, actually.
So Weebo.
What?
We got quasi told off for having a bad show. Serpent 21, not a bad show, but a depressing one.
Sorry. So
Well,
let's spice
yeah.
things up a little bit. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Do you want to do something that's more Polly and Weebo-esque?
Oh, you mean like an image thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do I need
I have a list of the 50 best tiny homes.
Oh my gosh, Billy! Yes. Okay, hang
You
on.
wanna do it?
Let me switch. I
was saving it for Noir Bar, but you're worth it.
Aw, thank you. Made my day. It's been a long day. Let me move over. Oh, sorry, that's cat TV.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you, the next 6 minutes. Let me turn off that, and let me turn on that.
I guess I have to share my screen, wouldn't I?
I think maybe... Yeah, once you share your screen, I can pop it out and then focus on it, I think.
Do I want to share my screen, or do I want to share...
Thank you the next 6 minutes for the donation. Sorry your gym stiffed you with a fine print bill, Weebs. There's a bad way of doing business. Let Polly know I will return his car with the full Vin Diesel Fast and Furious package, Dream State allowing. Of course, naturally. Yeah, no.
Weebo, I got good news.
That pissed me off. Sorry, what?
Sorry, go ahead. I do not look like Dave Coulier 6.
Okay, so I'm pissed off. I canceled my gym membership at the kickboxing place because I wanted to opt for a cheaper gym membership because $140 a month is way too much for me. It's fun, but cardio, it wasn't worth it. And
Nice.
for the lack of flexibility in the schedule there, I mean, it was just a kickboxing gym, and that was all that you could do there. For as much as I was paying,
just
for
had like
as much
speed
as...
bags and heavy bags? That's it?
Oh no! It was just it was heavy bags, and it was a class, and that was it. You get you can go as many times as you want in a week, in a day, whatever. But you have to go at those times. And they were kind of inconvenient for me, so I couldn't make the most out of my gym membership like I can at the other gym that I'm a part of now, which is only $24 a month. But the problem is when I canceled the membership, they're like, oh yeah, there's a $195 cancellation fee, termination fee, because I signed up for a 12-month contract, thinking that I would use it. And then I'm like, you know what, this isn't worth it. And so I looked at the contract, and I saw that there was a cancellation fee for that much, and I'm like, I'll just fucking eat it. It's fine. I'll live. It's, as long as I don't have to pay that $140 every month to not use this, it's fine.
Right.
It's annoying as hell, but yeah, that is what it is. But it's ridiculous to me that you have to pay that much to cancel your gym membership. If I want to cancel my Netflix membership,
part of
I
their
don't have
business
to...
model. You know what I
It
mean?
It is.
Tragically, I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It's more like motherfuckers in their business model. They goddamn well know people on, New Year's resolutions or what have you are going to sign up to this gym and then realize that, okay, this isn't the best way to approach this. And so they're going to want to get out of it. And we need to nail those fuckers. And it's like, God damn, you guys are like crack salesmen.
Well, the problem is I started back in November, and it wasn't a New Year's resolution thing so much as it was the challenge thing. So I signed up to be part of that. I didn't make the challenge, obviously. And then they're like, well, you could always sign up for the membership. I'm like, oh yeah, what's that about? And so they're like, oh, you get 12 months. And because you did the challenge, you get money off, which I didn't actually. So... But you get to come in whenever you want and use the facilities whenever you want. But you don't get you don't get private lessons included in that price. And you
Snoopy asks, who's
just
Dave
get the
Coulier?
classes.
Some grandpa of somebody, lol. The only reason I know who Dave Coulier is because I had heard like 5 or 6 times in 1 week a bunch of different YouTubers, and then a couple of IRL people even mentioned it, that Alanis Morissette wrote a song where she sucks some guy off in a movie theater during the movie, like after she was famous and Alanis Morissette. This, I don't even know what song it is they're referencing, and apparently the guy was Dave Coulier, and I'm like, Dave who? And so I had to look into it. He's a guy from a sitcom. He's like an actor from a sitcom from shit, I can't remember the name of it. Whatever. So I had to look the guy up, and because everyone just kept talking about it, and I was like, and why does this matter? And I guess it's because Alanis Morissette said she was the one who said that that's who that song was written about. And then why everyone was talking about it that week is because she said, I was just kidding, it really wasn't him, and everyone was on some yeah right shit. You know what I mean?
That guy?
I don't know. Hold on. I just got something up. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that doesn't look like you.
Yeah, Weebo, you've seen me. Does that look like me?
No, it does not.
Holy shit. I mean, I guess good on you for getting head during a movie, Dave. Congratulations. Moving on.
Anyway.
Uncle Joey from Full House, I believe. Thank you, Della Hayes. Thank you. Oh, yeah, and then Lion Patriot, Full House as well. There you go. Oh, and Serpent 21 and Jim Beam. There you go. Okay, shit. Everyone knows. All right.
Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
All right.
Discord.
So let's do this thing. Yep. Tiny houses.
Tiny houses.
Hold on.
I'm
Gotta
holding
find
on.
my way back to Discord. I got so many fucking things open right now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, gosh. If I ever see the amount of tabs that you have, like, in real life, I'm just going to close out everything and be like, there, I did you a service. You're welcome.
I'm gonna force close it all. Green chair.
Watch the stream. Hey, look, it's me.
Streamception.
Indeed.
There you are. Yay.
Nice. Okay.
The actor that just died? No, that was the other one. Okay, so here we are.
Tiny houses.
So this is Mountain Retreat. Can you see it's on wheels? That's what I love about most of these
Do we get to
tiny
see
houses.
inside them?
No.
Aww.
I know. That's the tragic part of this list. But we do get to at least like look at the outside of them. And I love that they all have trailer hitches, so it's like I'm just gonna drive away with my house. Fuck you.
Well, actually, did you know that in terms of property tax, if your house has wheels instead of is like foundationed into the ground, it's cheaper, like in terms of property taxes.
Can't you see all of the tabs I have open? Can
No,
you see over
no, I can't actually because it's cut off. Oh, I can see
Okay.
it on the Discord screen. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it terrible? Look, if I hit the arrow, they keep going. I want to watch this movie. A cult is my passport.
Really?
Yeah. Korotu wa oi no passaporto.
Okay. Do
A
it.
hitman is hired to kill a mob boss. After the deed is done, he and his driver are wanted dead by rival gangs who joined forces. This sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 19 I was about to say 70s, a 1967 Japanese crime thriller. I totally want to see it. That's why I have it open here so I can remember to go get it from perfectly legitimate sources online.
And naturally.
Yes.
Yes, I know it's called a mobile home nuke. But what I mean is like not just mobile. All right. So, like you know how trailers in some cases are rolled into a place and then they're set up as like permanent dwellings in that one location.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you keep the wheels on the dwelling itself, it qualifies as a mobile home. Because yes, it is a mobile home, but it's not used in that way. So as a result, you get money off in taxes. You get like a tax break.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me about some brutal taxation thing that results from doing this. Oh, that's good news.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Right?
All right. Then.
Right.
Okay. Moving along. So, when you're craving a little R&R in the desert, hitch up your house and go. This house was made of all natural materials. The house boasts plenty of bang for its buck. The small kitchen has plenty of counter space, which I'd like to see,
Yeah, I know, right?
and a double burner range, built-in shelves, keeping a lot. Well, don't tell me about things I can't look at. That's sad. What would you keep in here? Firewood?
In the outdoor, I can't see your
Tools?
mouse. So
You can't?
No, I can't.
Oh, shit.
Are you talking about the thing right above the hitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably firewood. Firewood or your generator or that would be your water tank access panel, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Depends.
You know what I'm actually interested in seeing the inside of this house for? If you look at like the levels of the windows, right?
Right.
Is this a two-story house?
So
Or is it just really high ceilinged? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like it.
well, so you see that area that juts out on the sides, the weird
Yep.
window part. That's probably a loft where they sleep.
Sweet. Okay.
With the rest
Yeah.
just being like a general sleeping area. That's traditionally how the tiny houses work. Because I've seen a lot of tiny houses and the way that they do things, and I know that my dad and his girlfriend, when they invested in their trailer, because they got a trailer, now that my dad's close to retirement, he got a trailer, and the trailer has a sort of loft area. It actually
Yep.
has two. One where the master bedroom is and the bathroom is, but there's also the platform where you can store things, but there's also you can put a mattress up there, and it's like an extra sleeping space for people.
Yeah. Oh, Skeptical makes a good point. Propane. There might be all sorts of utility-oriented things in there. Utilities-oriented
Yes.
stuff in there.
That's
Your water
true.
hookup, your
Yeah.
propane, good point. Good
Your
call.
gray water, your black water.
Yep.
Those are two very
Yep.
different things.
Yes. Romantic country
Country
cottage.
cottage.
Romantic
So
country cottage.
cute.
I love that they're able to employ that much negative. Fuck, I wish you could see my mouse. What the fuck? I love the negative space. Look, they've got a porch. That's sweet. They've got a full wraparound porch in it.
Oh, I love a wraparound porch.
That's a fucking huge win, this little guy.
Oh yeah. Because the porch, you can use it, especially if you have like really good warm seasons more frequently than not. You can use that as just more living space.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you were to, like over on one side deck, turn into a sunroom, seal it off. So like the wind and whatnot isn't coming out there. So the heat from the outside, like as long as even on cold fall, you still have more, like you just said, more living space, right? Like right up until the coldest parts of winter, it's still total living space you could have if you were to, have it sealed off on one side. That'd be cool.
Right.
I love sunrooms like that, where you're sitting on a couch and you look behind you and it's like outdoor siding. You can tell that somebody just extended the front of their house. I love that shit.
I want a house with
Uh,
a nice big porch.
cool.
That's pretty cool. That's stylish
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it is. I feel there's a hidden trailer hitch somewhere. I really do.
Oh, it's probably at the front.
You
You
think so?
actually can see the area where it would probably hitch up.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, right? Because it
Mm-hmm.
overhangs a little bit, and I got to stop pointing with my mouse because no one can see it. I
I think I can. No, I can't.
well, here I'm circling the light on the porch. Can anyone see it?
No.
No. I love the idea. It's like, okay, we're gonna take our honey, pick up the steps and put them on the porch. We're leaving. I
Well, yeah, that's
could
typically how that works is, you just bring all your outside shit inside and then go.
yeah. And
Oh,
it's just it's up on cinder blocks and whatnot. I can dig this.
one of the cool things that my dad, one of the cool features that he got for his trailer was the ability to hose out the inside completely. Like, he can just take a hose to the inside of the trailer completely.
Right.
Because he anticipates it getting a little bit dirtier on their excursions. Because it's mostly for a place for them to hunker down when they're not motorcycling around in the area that they've hunkered down in. Because he wants to go on motorcycle trips. So
The trailer hitch might be hidden under the steps. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Somebody has made, again, tiny houses, I think, are the fucking coolest things, especially when they're built on the frame of a trailer. You can tell that that's the basic structure of it.
Right.
And they've managed to incorporate negative space into it. It's like fucking well done, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love that there's a window off the porch. That's kind of a bonus, Again, it makes me wonder if can't be a sunroom too. Like, is there like a drop over from the roof section that drops down, like at least a mosquito net, something?
It's probably
Oh.
something like that.
Yeah.
I have an opinion about shipping container homes that we can discuss now, or we can save for later if you want.
Yeah, I think shipping container homes that truly look like shipping containers on the outside, and then rust and paint and whatnot, and it's got like some alphanumeric indicator down the side of it. But then you open it up and it's a beautiful home. I don't know. I think they're pretty cool.
They're trendy, but I think they're useless, or they have less utility than like a regular old tiny home, because the idea is to start from the base of a shipping container that is decommissioned. The problem is standard shipping container sizes after you've outfitted them with all of your insulation and your wiring and plumbing and whatnot. You're losing a lot of space because that gets all boarded up. And so it's a lot smaller than you think it's going to be. And so people custom order larger shipping containers for their shipping container homes. And as a result, they're not actually using decommissioned shipping containers for their tiny homes. They're just custom ordering shipping containers for their tiny homes so that they can make them more functional.
I've never stopped to think about that.
So you're taking like 3 steps backwards in order to do the thing.
Yeah, it's like my freezer. There's so much frost in there that I'm actually not getting all of the space that I could have.
Right, you should probably chip away at that, Polly.
Leave me alone.
No. But yeah, it's a good idea in concept, but in practice, it doesn't work as well as you think it does, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems more like a trailer home in the sense of a classic tiny home, like you called it, is
Right.
better call. Although it is an interesting idea to just drop me off on the train. I'm going across the country. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's there's something to be said for that. I don't like this. I might like this home, but this picture just doesn't tell you anything, if you know what I mean.
Right. I can't. It looks like a normal house.
Yeah. Like it looks like there's a
That's
porch and
small.
everything, but because of the side of it, I can't see it. So that fucking sucks. Oh, what the hell?
I
What
don't
the
think
hell?
I would appreciate this. Also, the image is not great.
This is like, okay, somebody has a home
Mm-hmm.
with beachfront property, or this is a sandals resort, whatever the fuck, right?
Right.
And this has been placed there for stupid, extravagant rich people's lunch.
Yeah, that doesn't
Do you
look
understand
like
what
a
I'm saying?
home
This is
so much as a
no, not at
gazebo.
all. Yeah. It's a dolled up fucking beach gazebo. That's exactly. I mean, it's a place to have lunch without seagulls shitting on you.
It
And they
even has
made
like
it
a
in the shape
tiny.
of a classic house just for hilarity's sake.
It ha- is the space for a freaking chimney.
Yeah, I mean this ain't no fucking tiny home. This house is definitely small. It's not a house. It welcomes the entire ocean view with windows covering 2 walls. Yeah, that's because it's not actually a house. It's just for a place for you to have breakfast or lunch in.
Imagine living in that though. Like you're getting changed and someone walks by and they see you as you're getting changed because your walls are completely windows.
If somebody walked by on my private fucking property and saw, I'd fucking give them a full-on pressed ham fruit bowl over it.
Okay. Alright, Polly. I won't walk by on your private property. It was just alright.
The main living area can be converted into a bedroom with the Murphy bed add-on option.
Oh, they're add-ons. The sleeping part is an add-on, people.
Right?
The sleeping is optional.
Again, this is to drop off on your, like, if you're Leonardo DiCaprio and you own an island that you claim you're going to create a resort that's 100% carbon negative, but never end up doing it, just flying around the world in your G5 jet accepting environmentalist awards.
Mm-hmm.
This is what this is for. You own an island and you put this out there with a huge carbon footprint just so you can go out there and have champagne with your fellow celebrity friends and talk about how awesome you are for your environmental beliefs. I love Leonardo DiCaprio as an actor. I really do. But God, his politics are fucked. Anyway, moving along.
Anywho.
Yeah. Rustic seaside cottage. Rust being the operative word here, I believe.
Yeah. I can't. There's not like a whole lot that I can see about this. You know, that's the
Yeah,
most frustrating thing about this.
Yeah, I'd like to comment about this place if I could see the inside of it, but clearly what you wanted to do was take a picture of the rusty outside.
Okay. Cool.
Or, you know what might be a sad reality, Weebo? Because if you look at those tires, they look pretty good, and the white rims look pretty well taken care of. That
They
very well might
intentionally
be
rusted it.
a deliberate paint job. It might even be worse than that. That ain't even rust at all. It's just paint to look like rust. It could be.
Well, if you think about it, what is the utility of utilizing a pre-rusted base for your dwelling? That sounds like you are setting yourself up to fail.
Zombie Teddy has pressed ham fruit bowl. I don't get that. Good. But just just move on. It's fine.
But if the base, it's like working with pre-cracked foundation. Why?
Pre-cracked foundation. Our cement foundations come pre-cracked. Our drywall comes pre-soaked. It's
Why? Why would you use building materials where the integrity comes compromised?
yeah. Patio door with a big drop. Good call, Snoopy. Yeah, that's watch for that first step. It's a Lulu.
Yeah, I hope you don't fall. We're gonna park right next to a cliff. See what happens.
Again, this is an unfortunate list. Sorry about that, but the photos are okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but the photos are meant to be photogenic, not revealing of what the house is like.
No, I get
You know
it.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they're following the rule of thirds in this photograph. They've got the sea in the background. This is a photographer, not somebody trying to show off a tiny home, and that's unfortunate.
Womp womp. This one's cool.
Well, go high instead of long. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
So
I like
obviously the upstairs is a loft bed area, but I'm confused as to how big the loft area would be.
And what kind of steps there would be to get up there?
Probably some sort of ladder, obviously. But
okay, yeah,
I
a
wonder
ladder. Yeah.
if, like, is your kitchen area the same as your bathroom area? Or are we just forgoing that necessity?
Yeah, there's just a shower head out back. Quick, take the picture. There's a goat there. I mean, I think that's what happened. The goat is in motion, his legs blurred. It's like, quick, take the picture before he's gone. Right. And I have to ask, what's up with your railings, bro?
That was a creative decision. Someone was like, this is my signature piece that I do on all of my designs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay. I don't know how much...
It is the most aerodynamic house we've seen so far. Gotta give them that.
I don't know how much you watch, like, renovation videos or projects or whatever.
So drunk, I cannot get up.
Okay, Weebo? I saw that it was Serpent 21, and thank you for the $2, Serpent 21. Can you read that for me? Because it went away too fast.
Yeah, give me one sec for it to come up.
She's so drunk, she
onto the
cannot
live
stand
one.
up.
It's gotta go. Okay.
Weebo, do you know where that's from? I am drunk, so drunk, I cannot get up.
I don't.
It's from the Rules of Attraction, the audiobook.
Oh.
That's Lauren talking.
Oh. That book that I read that you wanted to read with me.
Yeah, that I wanted to read with you, and you totally destroyed our bonding experience by running off and reading it alone.
I will reread it with you, sir.
I'm just fucking you. I'm sorry. What did Serpent say?
So Lyle Lanley built shitty houses before he built shitty monorails? Monorails. God, I'm sorry.
Oh, I got you. Monorail.
I'm a big dum-dum. I can't read.
Yeah. You've seen the monorail episode of The Simpsons, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Cool.
The Simpsons. Good. No, I've seen the monorail. I ate monorail. Blah, blah, blah.
No, okay. There's a really famous episode of The Simpsons. I think it's simply called The Monorail, and he was the huckster, shyster salesman that was trying to convince Springfield that they needed a monorail because he had sold them to Shelbyville and such, and by gar, put them on the map. And there's like a musical number they do in it. The head writer on that episode was what's his name? Redheaded guy, late night show, Conan O'Brien.
Oh.
Hilarious episode.
My mom had a thing against stupid TV as a kid growing up, so I didn't get to watch things like The Simpsons or SpongeBob.
My mom had a thing against stupid TV.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, she thought that me watching SpongeBob would make me dumber, so she wouldn't let me watch SpongeBob.
Okay.
And The Simpsons and other things, but like those were the two main ones that I can remember being a problem with her. So I just didn't get to watch them growing up, and as a result, I don't watch them now, and I missed out on all of that. That part of my education is lacking.
It's fine. That's a good point, Snoopy. That episode also had Leonard Nimoy in it, and Darren Root is quite right to say R.I.P. Leonard Nimoy. I'm so glad I got to briefly meet him before he passed.
Yeah.
Because I am a huge Star Trek nerd, and my favorite series is the original series. I'm so happy I got to briefly meet him. And we exchanged Vulcan salutes. I mean, do you have any idea the deep nerdery in me that satisfied? Do you have any idea?
You probably, I don't know, like had a tiny little nerd erection walking away from that.
Yeah, it was a great moment. I won't interrupt the story. I won't interrupt the tiny houses, but I'll tell you that story one time. It was great. It shouldn't have happened, but it did by accident, and it was great.
It was one of the top 10 moments of your life.
Well, I don't know. I'd like to think like getting married and the birth of my first child will be like higher, you know. That
Well,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
but they haven't happened yet. So at the moment,
No, they haven't. Yeah.
One of the top 10 moments of your life.
And women these days aren't really interested in those things. That's why I get to hear. I don't want to be someone's girlfriend. Okay.
Okay, so
It's like,
what do you want to be?
And it's like, but we've been seeing each other for like 2 months. We've like had all kinds of sex, and
You know,
even degrading butt stuff for you. What the hell? What do you mean you don't want to be? All right.
Did I need to? No.
How you doing over there, Weebo? You all
Bad?
right?
About you and your
What?
love life?
What? Well, I'm fine. I'll be more secretive from now on. I thought we were supposed to be open here on Cocktail Hour.
I thought ladies weren't supposed to kiss and tell.
Well, she didn't. I did. It's
No, I'm just giving you shit. I don't give a fuck. I've been open myself.
But Snoopy did make a good point about this particular house that I did not think of. You would not want to take turns too fast while relocating it. My God, does it have a high center of gravity?
Speaking of sexy fun time, just imagine the teetering.
You also make a good point. Yeah. Honey, we're going to be doing a lot of 69 in the loft. Why?
Because
We have to balance the house. We've got one of the tires is leaky, okay?
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. The Thanos meme. With the tiny house.
Okay, so
Oh.
here's your, this is the pack and crate, or the ship and crate house.
Mm-hmm.
Did it have to be banana yellow? That is my question.
I think that was a choice made by the person who commissioned the house.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm positive of that.
And we're gonna like totally put up like these really small solar panels. Okay, they're gonna be able to power every digital clock inside the house.
How many do you need, though?
Well, it only will power 2, but it's a small house, so it's fine. I mean, seriously, do you have any idea the small amount of power that you would get from those little fucking solar panels? Like they're
I have
there
no idea.
just to be there. It's ridiculous. I mean, especially
so are you
because they're
saying the solar panels are not worth it, Polly?
no. But when you invite friends over to your house and you can say like, "Do you have any idea how low our carbon footprint is?" Like, you know, it's like, you mean like that manicured lawn that you have that you've hired an illegal to do for you, and then
And
all of the
and
fertilizer that you had shipped in from Russia, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
regrets were made with that house, probably. I don't. There's nothing aesthetically pleasing about this dwelling. To me.
Yeah, the only thing I like about it is that awning. That it looks like that it's nice and collapsible. Because I like the idea of the modularity of these mini houses, that you could pack it all the way, and then when you put it up in a new place, like it extends, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was talking about, oh, you could use that porch like as a sunroom if it, etc. So the only thing I like about this is the awning, and that's the cheapest, simplest thing here that you could just buy at a hardware store. So I'm not very impressed.
Right.
Yeah.
At least the landscaping is fine.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. You've put it in a nice area. Those trees look pretty cool. Other than that, fuck off. Okay.
This
Whoa.
one's cool.
All right then.
No, you don't agree?
No, I'm just soaking it in. It's interesting. Like, hell.
It looks like it was inspired by a circus tent. And I like the big windows.
So do I.
But I don't
they-
like the stairs.
You know?
I almost wish that the stairs led to a porch or like a patio kind of thing. Or a deck. A deck would be better.
Well, there is a deck. It's just extremely small. This triangular section here.
No. Like a big deck.
Okay.
Like a big deck.
Gotcha.
So you could enjoy the outdoor space. Although I don't know why you would necessarily need to, because you have so much outdoor space to enjoy I don't know. Okay, now that I'm thinking, okay.
What are you looking at through those big windows is my question. Is it the Santa Fe Desert?
As I'm looking more at it, I like it less. I think the novelty has worn off, because I'm thinking about everything and all of the choices and all of the future things that would occur from living at this house, and I like it less and less and less with every passing moment that I think about it. So
Is the idea of the giant tent to keep the sun off of it because it is a house that was meant to be in the Arizona desert? Do you understand what I'm saying? And then thus the airspace to allow for airflow. Let's read.
Let us.
Some small homes look so airy they almost look like they could sprout wings and fly. This tiny abode is definitely small, yet the windows that stretch from the floor to ceiling give the illusion of the entire desert as part of the home. The dwelling itself is a simple square box, though the joy in this one lies in the canvas awning that spreads the wings over the windows and the doors. The home is on stilts to deter water damage or pests. A small set of simple stairs lead up to the front door. So you will have no desert lizards in your bed were you to buy this home, Weebo.
Is that a problem that happens in the desert? Because if that's a problem that happens in the desert, I will most certainly never retire to the desert. Because
You got a problem with desert? Yeah, you got a problem with desert lizards?
I hate snakes, and lizards are just snakes with legs. I mean, I could probably tolerate a lizard, but
Well, a tiny little gecko is not going to hurt you.
I know. But they look too much like snakes for my comfort. So while I'm not going to have an averse phobic reaction to them, it's still going to, like, give me...
Do you have a big aversion to snakes?
Oh, God, it's bad. Like,
How have I known you not this long and not known that?
I can't even touch a picture of a snake for fear that it will bite me.
Oh, shit.
It's like an actual phobia, Polly. Like, it's...
No, I hear you.
bad. And I thought everyone knew that. I don't hide that fact. So yeah.
Why have you been hiding things from me, Weebo?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm terrified of snakes, and I also have a slight aversion to heights, too. Like, I got all the basic bitch phobias.
Is the whole reason I wanted to do this list.
Oh my god, this is my favorite!
Of course it is. Look at it. It's everyone's favorite. Unless they have a cold heart. I mean...
I love
who doesn't want this? I'm not into the whole Shire thing and whatnot, but this
doesn't look like a Hobbit hole. How dare you, sir?
But it looks like a place I would walk up in a suit of armor to meet up with a princess for sexy time. I'm just saying.
Yes, but this isn't a Hobbit hole.
Well,
the
whatever.
Shire is where the Hobbits live.
I'm just trying to connect it to medieval sword and armor things. You know,
okay.
So.
All right.
It's not a Hobbit hole.
It's not. You want to see a freaking Hobbit hole? I'll show you a freaking Hobbit hole.
It's not. I believe you.
Angry Weebo.
This is a mini home, but this is the furthest thing from portable. You know what I mean? It is built into the hillside, which is kind of cool because I want more pictures. What if the other side has like a walkout basement, Weebo? Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be very cool.
Let's read. The 850-foot square foot castle is perfect for the prince or princess who can't decide whether they want to live on an island or near the sea. The exterior walls are covered in weathered gray shingles. The red accent beams pop next to the muted grays. The steep gabled awning over the front door looks like it was ripped straight from the pages of The Hobbit.
Fuck you.
Inside, there's a full kitchen with modern stainless steel appliances. The living room might be compact, but it utilizes all the available space. The TV is mounted high on the wall to ensure there's no bad seat in the house. The master bedroom, I love that they use that phrase to describe this house. The master bedroom is big enough to hold a queen bed and has its own private balcony. An adjacent kids' room in the tower has enough space to fit a bunk bed. Okay, I really want this now.
I kind of want to see inside. So if I go to that link, what is that? faithtap.com. And I look up tiny home.
Yeah, faithtap.com. I mean, this ain't for no kids. I'm telling you honestly, it's like that upper room that's big enough for 2 bunk beds would just be like a secondary room. Like it would be my gun turret room or something. You know?
I want to see the tiny home inside. Does that link take you anywhere? The source link?
Why? It doesn't take you anywhere?
I can't click on that link, Polly.
No, I'm just. Why don't you just type in faithtap.com?
Because it takes me to a website.
Oh my God, that's just full of fuckery.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it
Castle,
takes me.
tiny...
It takes me to a fuckery site. I mean, the trending Joe Biden Ukraine Congress vaccine mandate pulls military economy. I mean, this is just a nightmare.
I wonder if I look up Castle Tiny Home visit. Guess what I found?
Did you? Cool. Let's see
Yeah, I
inside.
did. Okay.
So I'll de-share my screen. You share your screen because
Yeah,
we're
that
running
works.
long anyway, aren't we? So let's look inside this house as our final
Indeed we are.
get together.
Okay, let me bring it back to...
I'm gonna bring you over here so I can see it.
You can go away, ma'am. Okay.
All right.
So, here's the tiny home. It is a castle. It looks gorgeous. And we keep going, and this is a more... a farther away appearance, a wider shot, I guess you could say. This is the stairs on that left-hand side, leading up to the front door, I guess. Or maybe
Oh,
back
okay. All right.
door.
The Hobbit house was inspired by, what does that say there, Weebo? As we should was inspired by Lord of the Rings.
Thank you for
Interesting.
your patronage.
You can shut up.
Thank you for your patronage.
Oh no!
Thank you for your patronage.
Don't you fucking dare!
Thank you for...
Okay. Why was it doing that more than once?
I closed OBS again. I don't know why it's doing that at all.
It is what it is. Thank you the next 6 minutes for the donation. Sorry you're... Oh, wait. That was the most recent donation. Why? I didn't see what it was. Did someone...
It was a Shady Grin, and it was a super chat.
It didn't show up. What's that about?
Oh.
Alright, hang on. Because I can still read it. I just have to... Oh, I see. It...
Oh.
Okay, it was a YouTube donation. Thank you for the emoji, Shitty Grin.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was a super chat.
Ah!
Weebo, you forget you're one of the turncoats that's down with a monetized channel.
You're right. I'm sorry. My bad. I haven't done anything nearly egregious enough to get my monetization yeeted from me. Thank you,
How's it going,
Grin.
Shady?
Ah.
By the way.
All right. Yes. Okay. It was inspired by Lord of the Rings. Fuck off.
So who was right? The guy who isn't even a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's part of a ski resort, or it
Okay,
has
here we
a
go.
nearby
Now we're
ski
cooking.
resort.
I want to
So
see
here's the
this place.
inside. This is the tiny kitchen with the tiny living room.
That is a fairly full kitchen for that cool little place.
Is that a
It's,
dishwasher?
That's a tiny dishwasher.
I
That's
think
cool.
that is a dishwasher.
What's up with your big old star on the wall?
I don't know. Oh, maybe it means that they are what is it called when you're a couple that allows your significant other to sleep with other people? Is it swingers?
An open marriage? What are you talking about? Is that what the
So,
star means?
if that's what I understand the star means, if you have it posted anywhere in your dwelling, the star means that you're a swinger household.
Fucking hell.
Yes. Let me double check that, because
Okay.
that was a fun fact that I learned very recently. Star
I am glad I'm ignorant on that shit.
decoration.
Well, kind of not. You know, you go over to some lady's house and you're just like, hey, would you like to come back to my place for coffee? Yeah, sure. And then big old star on the wall, and it's like, okay, I'm getting out of this fucking disease pit.
They're referred to as Amish barn stars, and Pennsylvania stars. One of the wildest urban myths is that the metal star is a code for the homeowners identifying as swingers, which isn't true, at least not universally.
Mm-hmm.
The rumor seems to have started in 2007 when someone started a thread on strippers online, claiming that the metal star means the homeowners are swingers, and the conclusion seems totally arbitrary. My wife and I decided to start a rumor. The star means you're a swinger. Okay, so it's a rumor. I'm gonna have to tell a boyfriend that that's what that actually means. That was a lie. Because he's always telling me fun facts that he has, that he knows, and that was one of them.
That are apparently made the hell up.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. So this is the view of the living room and kitchen from the other side. Personally, I think I'd want a bigger TV, but that's just me.
Yeah, and I don't know, it seems a little cluttered. Like, I don't know if you want that rocking chair there. You already got a small place, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, what else are you going to put in that corner? Like, you got to use the
Nothing.
space. Nothing?
No, nothing. Like, I mean, you just imagine trying to walk between the one chair and the other chair. It doesn't look like there's much room. We're not all tiny people, Weebo.
You're fair. You're right. That's right. That's fair. Blah, blah, blah. I have a cat. She's molesting me right now.
Okay, I see it from this angle. Yeah, I would want a bigger TV there too. You're not wrong at all.
That's really small. Like, once you go 75 inches, you can't go back. Sorry, I've been spoiled by the IMAX theaters.
But I mean, you see those round, the log posts on either side?
Mm-hmm.
Like, flatten that shit out and you could put a much, much bigger TV there. You know what I mean?
Indeed, but then you block out... Well, if you go beyond where the posts are, then you block out some of the natural light from your windows, which you don't want to do either.
No. I'm not saying go past the posts. I'm just saying, like, flatten those posts out so you could, like, stretch that TV, that space to be as big as possible for the TV.
Right.
I don't think the TV should overhang the windows. No, not at all.
Does it bother you? Like, it bothers me that the fire pit is off-center.
Yes, it does. It also bothers me that the TV is off-center. What the fuck?
Okay, good. Then it's not just me being
No,
an
it's not.
absolute autist about interior decoration. Good. Continue.
No, it's just it's somebody without a fucking measuring tape. You don't know how to center things?
That is a full kitchen, dude.
Yeah, man. It
Except
really is.
I'm not a big fan of the electric stovetop. I'd much prefer gas, but that's just, again, me.
They've even got that space above the cupboards.
They do. Which, personally, I think if you're not using it for cupboard space, you're using it wrong. But
Oh, you don't want to
that's-
put knickknacks up there?
yeah, no, I don't. I want to use it to store my dishware, Polly.
But you could put your fancy whatchamacallits up there for display.
My fancy what?
Well, you know, your butter dishes and your tea services and whatnots.
I could, or I could put them in the buffet where they will be safe from harm.
You mean safe from cats?
That too.
Because that cat would be up there so fucking fast that it just...
You know how many times I caught her on top of the fridge?
A lot, I'm willing to bet.
That's where I keep the catnip, so that's why. So she would absolutely go up there, and she would absolutely just yeet my butter dish, my $150 butter dish, from great heights onto the floor. And it would break. And then I'd have to go and find a new one, and that'll take me like 6 years. So,
Yeah,
no.
fair enough. Locked buffet.
Exactly.
Good idea.
Mm-hmm. So these are the stairs, and we love the live, laugh, love energy going on up here.
Do you?
No.
I
hate it.
don't either. Yeah, so do I.
What
You
is
actually-
the point of the live, laugh, love thing? Because I don't know. I'm a basic white bitch, but I'm not that basic.
It is some really bad motivational, aspirational Pinterest bullshit. It's yeah.
Unfortunate.
Kim Kardashian likes it. I mean, I don't know that she does, but I'm assuming she does, and it's not really a bad bet, is it?
No.
What is that railing for? Are there stairs?
In case you have, in case your stairs impaired like I am.
In Stace your case impairs?
I'm having.
Is that what you just said? Is that what I mean, I actually understood what you said, but I'm amazed I was able to repeat it.
Polly speaks Weebo.
Okay. Whew, that was the peak moment of the show. We reached it, and it was right near the end. What more could you ask for than ending on a high note? I mean, holy shit.
Hey, look, another star. The stars
God,
are
they
your
gotta be
stars.
swingers. These fucking castle perverts. These
Woo. I like the
So
stained
there's-
glass.
Is that the master bedroom?
I don't know yet. Is this the same picture?
Oh,
Yeah, it
what does
is.
it say? An underground dwelling. What? If you just scroll back up a little bit to the writing, underground may inspired the Hobbit house, but this above ground abode gets plenty of sunshine. Okay, I was just thinking because I was really wondering because it is built on a hill, so I'm really curious if there's a walkout basement. Because walkout basements are super cool on their own.
Hopefully we'll find
Master
out.
bedroom is worthy of a hero like Frodo Baggins. Stop it with the Lord of the Rings shit. I'm not gonna lie. For a tiny castle house, that's a pretty fucking rockin' bedroom, man.
Is that a king size, you think?
Well, they said it's big enough for a queen in what I read, so.
Fair.
And it's got all the pillows that any Pinterest mom could ever want.
How many pillows do you keep on your bed, Polly? I'm just curious.
I work with a 4-pillow system,
Okay.
and they are all functional. There is not I've got 2 pillows that go under my head, and because I broke my knee literally a good while back, I like the pillow between the legs because it stops I don't wake up with an aching knee that
Right.
way. I don't know why, but there you go. Some people say it helps with their back problems. Cool. It helps with my knee problems. And then the other pillow is there as the switch out, the midnight switch out. So like halfway through the night, I can toss away the one pillow and bring in a fresh one. That's my 4-pillow system.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I get 2 pillows, a boyfriend gets 2 pillows, and then we also have the big long body pillow on the bed and the back pillow. For
It goes
like...
between you because you're living in sin.
No.
Oh.
No, we throw both of those off the bed because we don't actually sleep with them. But
Okay.
they're on the bed because 1, we don't have another place to put them, and 2, it makes the bed look more adult.
Gotcha. So when you're sleeping in the bed alone, do you hug up to the body pillow because you miss boyfriendo?
Actually, I just started putting the body pillow on the bed, so I haven't had the opportunity to do that.
I've never owned a body pillow, so for all I know, it might be the best thing ever or
It could
an
be.
encumbrance. I have no idea.
I have
Chat.
no idea.
Does anyone have a body pillow? Do they rock? You tell me.
It's funny because the body pillow was actually a I'm sorry, I'm so terribly sorry gift from the friend whose dog bit my face off.
No shit.
I kid you not.
They bought. Okay, what kind of body pillow is it? One of them waifu body pillows?
No, it's just a gigantic-
husbando.
It's a long pillow, like it looks like a standard pillow, but like it's been stretched out, but it's fuzzy on one side and smooth on the other side, and then it's got like gray sparkly bits on it, so it's like an accent pillow for our bed.
Gray sparkly bits. Like if you were to run your hand over it, they'd be rough.
No.
Okay.
Just like extraneous sparkles.
Okay. I'm over at a lady friend's house, right? And she's got pillows on her couch that are meant to be functional, and they are the most unfunctional, intended to be functional pillows ever because they're like bedazzled, bejeweled.
Oh no.
They've got them things sewn into them, like I don't mean actual sequins. Thank you. And she actually like lays on them, like puts her face on those things. I'm like, well, how do you rest on this with like, sharp objects poking into your fucking face? I'm not okay with them.
Yeah, no. Furniture is meant to be functional. The body pillow is functional, but we haven't had the ability to use it yet, so. We're only
These
just
guys
getting
calling me
used to the...
hoity-toity in chat because I have 4 pillows. I bought them from fucking Walmart, man. They came in 2 packs. Like, what are you talking hoity-toity?
Our pillows also came in 2 packs, but they were not Walmart pillows. Okay, so, the kids' bedroom. They put a foosball table in there, too!
Man, they're just... That's a waste of space. Do you have any guns you could fit in there?
So many.
It's so many... I mean, and it's the upstairs, right? So, like, if anybody comes a-fucking with you, you got all these, like, shooting locations.
Oh, Lion Patriot asked me, it's not the Sargon waifu pillow. You know, I don't know what happened to the waifu pillow. I think... Because I had it when I
Oh.
Was that me?
That was you.
It was me?
Yeah.
Scared me. Thank you, Unknown Archive, for the donation. Weebo is the best. I agree. Thank you. But I don't know if it made it back with me from college because I was in a rush to get out of my university because they were kicking us out. And so not everything made it back with me when...
I remember that, the Great Escape, where it was like, okay, classes are canceled, COVID is struck, we need to get out of here, like it's a bio-disaster film or something.
It was like a zombie apocalypse was happening and everyone
Yeah.
was being sent home to go be with their family in the final days, and they're like, get the fuck out. So...
What were you telling me about? I remember that. It was like, your college really overreacted. It's just like...
Well, because
I
we
didn't
initially
know
had
that.
a
I'm just
whole
like
week
backing you
to...
up. It was like, okay then.
We
Jesus.
initially had like a whole week. That was what they told us. And then they're like, actually, no, you have until Monday. Get the fuck out. And then we're all scrambling to get the fuck out. And my cousin, who had just had his like leg broken, because this was in March. The weekend before COVID had been an issue was my anniversary weekend with El Boyfriendo. So he had come down and his mom had come down for Parents Weekend. And my cousin had, during Parents Weekend with his mom, been pushed over by a fellow frat boy and like during a drunken brawl or whatever. And his freaking ankle bone snapped and there was bone protruding. So he was on one foot, dying in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And had to pack all his shit up. So his parents came down to help him pack up. And we were all scampering to get the fuck out. And like I said, not everything made it back with me when I left, unfortunately. And I think that was one of the things that I had to sacrifice. Because I'm like, I don't have a space to put this. Because I had to pack everything into my Chevy Impala.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like, has great trunk space. But I didn't have a lot of spare room for all of my shit. Clothes, bedding, computer, backpack, my chair,
What
my
year
TV.
Impala is it?
It was a 2007 Chevy Impala.
Fuck yeah, that's a lot of trunk space. Jesus, cool.
Yeah, but like I said, all of my everything was packed away in there, and I did not have a lot of spare room. It was very hectic. No, I didn't have bed grades.
So the Sargon waifu pillow might have gotten
I think
left behind.
it was left behind.
Aww.
A lot of things got left behind that year. Like, I think... Remember the cat?
Yes, I do,
Yeah.
actually.
I don't know what happened to the cat. There was talk about whether or not the Asians were going to be able to bring it back with them, or if they were just going to leave it. But that was the last I remember hearing about the cat, and I don't know what happened to it. If it was released into the general population of cats on campus, or not.
As a final sign of distress, or not distress, what's the right word? A final, well, double middle fingers. You know, have you ever seen the bug bombs, the cans where you pull the pin at the top and it just fogs out? And the idea is that you enclose an entire space, like a room that has bed bugs or whatever, cockroaches, whatever. And you pull the pin in, it just fogs out the entire room and it jets out fog until it's empty.
My mom did that once for our house.
You know what you should have done as a final fuck you to that place before you left?
What?
When you had all your shit packed and you were just ready to walk out and you were going to go get in your car, you should have taken 2 of them fucking bug bombs, put them in the center of that fucking kitchen that was a never-ending blight with all of its filth and disgustingness, and closed the doors and set off 2 bug bombs and walked away. I'm going to sanitize this place for you.
Oh, God. They were so disgusting. They just left... Polly, I don't think you understand. They just left their dirty dishes in the sink. They left
You
their
remember
dirty...
sending me all the pictures? I remember. It was disgusting. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
They left their groceries on the counter for days. And I'm talking not just like non-perishable produce that could go in a pantry. Yogurts and fruits and meats and vegetables and things that should go in the fridge or the freezer. They just left it there.
Oh.
I would...
So can you unminimize the stream so I can actually see you again?
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever I had to find that out the hard way. You can always bring stuff up, but as soon as you minimize Discord, it freezes everything.
Yeah.
You can bring up stuff in front of it and it still keeps going, but as soon as you minimize it, everything freezes.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that. I know I shouldn't. I need a third monitor so I can just put it off to the side and not have to worry about it.
You don't spite someone by being helpful, Polly.
I should have just tossed all
there,
of their
Shady.
dishes,
Just...
but half of them were Balix. Because he was the one that brought the dishes to use in the kitchen, so I couldn't just not use them. Cat, what are you doing? You're going to get stuck. Then I'm going to have to come get you. Don't jump.
I'm impressed with the size, the interior. 850 square feet, was it? I'm impressed with the use of the space. It's pretty fucking big. Like, I mean, that is a full bath and shower.
That is a nice shower, too. Better than my shower. This is the outdoors area. And they have a grill. And that is a gorgeous scenery, though, too.
Fucking right. Especially because, I mean, this is clearly in fall, autumn, right? Can you imagine this place in, like, summer or you know, Christmas time or whatever?
Beautiful in all seasons.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it's got a hot tub! Oh, I'm sold. I want to live there. Ah. And a fire pit. So I think this would be like the basement area, or maybe, I don't know.
I'm thinking this is the back of the house because it looks like this is the bottom of the hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's it.
And then that's two-headed woman. Great.
Yeah. The conjoined twins. Indeed. So, Polly, that puts us at 9:21. Do you want to give the question time to... Oh my god, English. Do you want to open it up to question time for the people?
Sure, let's do a few minutes of questions before we lock her up for the night and close up the store.
Okay. Cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, lizard people of variance thereupon, feel free to ask us any questions that you would like us to answer in the remaining 9 minutes of this show. In the meantime, Polly, do you have anything that you want to show?
Just AAA coming up this week. Tomorrow on Drunkle's channel, Wednesday on mine, Friday on Sinatra's, same time always at 5:30 p.m. Eastern and 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island.
Polly, I have a question for you. So, have you ever actually had a cat? Just, like, ever?
Me personally? No. I've taken care of someone's cat. Like, they dropped him off for a month, and I was happy to take care of the cat. It was great.
Okay.
I like that cat. It was so chill. It just wanted to sit there and purr and be petted.
Yeah, that's typical of cats. They're pretty chill. But, okay, so that cat...
Well, I mean, some cats, like, you know, will tear shit up and, you know, refuse to use the scratching post you bought. Instead, will decide your couch is their scratching post and whatnot.
Part of that is a training thing. You have to give them something to scratch that is an alternative to the couches that you have. That is a lesson we learned.
That person gave me their scratching, like brought the. Yeah. Here's the dish. Here's the kitty food.
Here's the scratching post. Go nuts.
Yeah, and here's the little short carpet covered scratching post, and she used it. Like it was, it's like, should I put it beside the food? It's like, yes, put it right beside the food dish, and yeah, she scratched it all the time.
Well, yeah, you have to have an appropriate scratching post for the cats, otherwise they won't use it. And they're very picky about what they use as a scratching post, and then you have to actually incentivize them to use it in the first place. So that means put some catnip on the scratching post area so that they know, hey, that's for you to scratch, and then disincentivize them from scratching your couches or anything else by spraying anti-cat scratch spray, which is typically like eucalyptus oil, or just be cognizant of the fact that they're going to scratch it and catch them every single time they do it, and spray them with the water bottle whenever they do it, so that they are conditioned to not, or positively reinforced to not because you're adding something? Or is it negatively reinforced because you're punishing them?
It is negative reinforcement. No, it's positive reinforcement because you're doing something. It's negative reinforcement when you're removing something.
Okay, so it's positive reinforcement in punishment terms because you're punishing them for doing something.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, you positively reinforce them not to do the thing to your couch.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I get that explains some people's the corners of some people's couches that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
They are apparently not aware of classical conditioning.
Indeed.
Because they are destroyed.
Well, that's how I aim to get the couches to not be completely destroyed by the cats. That's how I got them to like each other in the first place, is because I conditioned them to associate each other with food by just progressively moving their food bowls closer to the opposite sides of the door that they were on. And it worked.
Eric asks, have you seen the movie The Man from Earth? And I saw that you asked that before. It was written by one of the writers of TOS. No, I haven't. The Man from Earth.
Stop eating me.
Next 6 minutes asks, Polly, do you want me to outfit your dream car with undercarriage neon? If so, what color? Yes. And I'm thinking, like dark purple, not blue, but like purple. Yeah. And when I'm driving down the street, they're like, yeah, look at that guy. I want to be that guy. Super 21, Polly, what's your favorite TOS episode and movie? Okay, so here's the thing. Weebo understands this. The distinction between your favorite and the best.
Right.
Sometimes they're the same. Sometimes they're not.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You have to argue like this is the best episode or this is the best song that this band ever wrote, but it's not my favorite one, that kind of thing.
Right.
But you asked my favorite. My favorite TOS movie is The Undiscovered Country, Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. My favorite episode of TOS, that depends on when you ask me. It becomes a toss-up, and the mood I'm in will decide. So it's either Journey to Babel or Mirror Mirror. Right now, I would probably have to say Journey to Babel. Because it has so much that goes on in it. You learn so much about Vulcan lore. It's the first time you see Spock's father, Ambassador Sarek. It's an espionage tale. It's a diplomacy tale. Kirk gets in a big fight. There's just all of the main characters from Bone, Spock, Kirk. They all are playing themselves in a big way. It feels like an episode that lasts 90 minutes because there's so much story packed into it. That's why it's a great episode. And Mirror Mirror, that's where the whole evil universe thing comes from, where your evil counterparts, like Weebo, they beam up and they end up in an evil universe where everything's the same, but everyone's evil. And they have to kind of like go along and figure out that like, what the fuck is going on? Why has the Federation turned from a collaborative republic of planets and Starfleet as a defense / expeditionary exploratory service to a Roman-esque expansion military service?
What went wrong in the timeline?
Yeah, well, yeah. But it's just that universe is evil is the answer why. And they eventually get back, of course, but yeah. And the idea is they switched places with their counterparts. So their evil counterparts beamed into their universe, and they were immediately locked up. And Spock's line at the end of the episode becomes, you as civilized men were more able to behave as savages than they as savages were able to behave as civilized men. So we figured them out immediately.
Rough. You savages, you.
Hmm. Oh, Mark Leonard was the best Vulcan. Yeah, no kidding. He really was. He owned that role. And for a long time was the first actor to play the most number of different species. Whoa, whoa.
They don't believe you.
What?
就算这里是他又怎么样啊？一个人有这么多土地，大家分享。
What's he saying?
Says that it's wrong for one man to own all this. He says you should share it with all the people.
Yeah. This is America. We don't share land here. You're trespassing.
That's almost as good as my ego edit.
223167 say I think that was right. Thank you very much for the $40. And I love seeing that Yellowstone clip that I put together so much. I mean, just Kevin Costner's the best. It's just
My dad's a big fan.
Is he? So
Of that show, yeah.
can we just create a video where we list off the reasons Weebo's dad is super Chad? It's like every time you say, "Oh yeah, my dad," so it's like, I want to be your dad.
He's living his best life right now. I
Can your
swear.
dad adopt me?
I can ask him. He is truly living his best life. I swear.
Fuck no shit.
Yeah.
He's a fucking paramedic and a fucking a fan of Yellowstone, and like just the list goes on. Every time I hear a detail about this guy, I'm like, super Chad. It's great. Thank you very, very much. 223-1627, I believe is the number. Thank you. Greatly appreciated.
Why were there tourists on his land? That is a good question.
Exactly.
Bear.
Exactly. He doesn't know why.
He doesn't need to, though.
Yeah, he's driving by, and he owns, tens of thousands of acres. And as he's in a tuxedo, he's on his way to a formal event. And he's like, what the fuck? And the reason was there's a bear right there. And they're like, oh my God, let's stop here. It was a tour bus. And they're like, look, it's a bear and this is nature. Let's go look at the bear. And that's why he grabbed his lever action to go out there. And he's like, hey, get away from that bear. And that lady who's the tour guide says, I think he's friendly. It's like, he's not. And they wouldn't listen to him. And that's why I cut it up, because the guy starts. It's a great line from Costner. I tried to cut it as short as I could, because he goes, you see that mountain right there? You see that mountain over there? And he points in like the exact opposite direction. I own everything in between here. Like meaning tens and tens of thousands of acres. And then that's when Guy starts with his indistinct commie babble. You shouldn't own all this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, right, we should let the government own all of it and tell us where to fucking live. Because there's no such thing as free land, people. Mm-mm. Somebody owns all of it. It's either a government or an individual.
Right.
That is the way that it is. It's like, the Native Americans, they believed that you couldn't own land. Uh-huh. And that's why they constantly raided each other and killed each other and then captured each other for slaves. Well, it wasn't every tribe that did that.
But it was enough of them.
The point is, the first slaves sold in North America were not Africans. They were Indians that were sold to Dutch settlers by other Indians that they had captured during a raid. Put that in your fucking 1619 project, you fucking history retcon and liars.
I'm pretty sure I put that in my an incomplete history of slavery video.
Good. Like lesser known, the two unknown facts. Let's talk about North American Indian slavery, and let's talk about the 1,400-year-long history of Islamic slavery.
Yeah. Well,
And
it was a synopsis
and we can
of.
start talking about American slavery.
It was a very brief synopsis of like bullet points of slavery in this region, and I was hopping around, and this is like a 20-minute segment, and I didn't touch on every single instance because I couldn't, because I never would be able to. It's an incomplete history of slavery because it will always be an incomplete list of history of slavery, because it's still happening today. But yeah, it was just, there's so much, and I didn't cover everything, but I went, all in all regions, all aspects of the world. It was like, I knew that it wasn't just in America, and I knew that it was a pervasive problem throughout history, but I didn't realize how pervasive until I started researching for it. It was. It's a lot worse than you think it is.
And the lie eventually, and I think it is a lie, becomes, oh, well, yeah, American slave. Well, okay, yeah, sure, other people had slaves, but it wasn't like American slavery. That was chattel slavery, and it was totally worse.
The Egyptians had chattel slavery, amongst other versions.
Yeah. Do you really want to start playing this game? Because one, anyone who makes that argument just put themselves in the position of arguing this kind of owning another person as property is better than this kind. Like, you really want to argue from that spot?
It does put you in an awkward position.
Yeah, as a presupposition, like, you haven't even started your argument yet,
and you're already at a disadvantage. Oh, okay. So you're of the belief that some methods of slavery are better than others.
Yeah, it's not good. It's like, well, because if that were to happen in a debate and someone were to bring that up, the person's response could be a 1 or 2 sentence stinger of, okay, so we will leave alone the good kinds of slavery and ownership of another person as property that my colleague thinks are fine, and we will simply talk about chattel slavery alone. And it's like, well, that's a bad sting. And because they're going to have to respond to that and say, I didn't say it was good. And it's like, well,
but you
implied
that it was better than this other one.
Yeah. So let's talk about the only kind of slavery apparently that's bad enough to be considered bad. Why not paint them with that brush? They said it, not you. Anyway,
we're over time.
Jamie says we just sent you $40, Polly, on Sin's channel.
Is Sin live right now?
He always is. Yeah, this is his. Yeah, we always are every Sunday. He's doing the stream with Shelly with Mrs. Sin.
Oh, is that the one where they look at Foodie Beauty or what's her face, the fat chick?
Yeah.
The one that's eating herself to death.
A lot of Chantal. A lot of oh shit, what's her name? Fuck, the other one. That entire circle of crazy people with their mukbanging and vlogging and that is a vein of crazy that I don't even want to touch with a 10-foot pole. I don't know how Sin and Shelly do it, man. I really don't. And they know the full lore, and there's this whole cast of characters that surround them, feeders and enablers and just weirdos. Just oh man.
I wonder if anyone's made like a Chris Chan level documentary series on them the way that there has been Chris Chan documentary series. Because it's not just one, we know that.
A bit back, Joshua Montgomery asked Polly, did you see the DS9 sequel to TOS Mirror Mirror? I certainly did. There's they did 3 episodes that happened in the Mirror universe where Kira Nerys was the intendant. She was the super evil intendant. Yeah, absolutely. And the final one in the final season where you got to see Nicole Bohr, who was playing Esri Dax, as super sexy leather-clad, very strongly implied lover of the intendant, which was hot as hell.
The next 6 minutes is asked, before you pumpkin time, can we see the kitty again? I guess I can oblige. Come here, baby. Come here, sweet one. Oh, look at that. Hi. She doesn't like getting picked up, but she's going to deal with it right now because I'm giving her loving. Say hi. Hello.
She's kind of tiger striped, huh?
She's a tortoiseshell.
Okay.
Thanks. So, that's your butt. That's right in my face. Thank you.
So when you pick her up, does she immediately start trying to walk away?
Kind of, yeah. She likes attention. She likes being all up in your business, but she doesn't like being picked up. And I think it has to do with the fact that she's a little bit afraid of heights. Which for a cat is strange, but it is what it is. She doesn't jump down from things as well as the other one does. She typically lands on her feet, but she's not as easygoing about doing it. She's also a little bit dumb, so she doesn't quite know how to jump down from high spaces, so she doesn't.
Fair enough.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, that's the show. I'm going to bed. We will be back here.
I'm not.
Well, Polly, that's we will be back here next week, same time, same place, same otter, same face, and it'll be the day before my birthday when we are back. So,
It'll just be a birthday stream.
should we just make it a birthday stream? Because I was gonna do a birthday stream the next day, but like
Oh, wait,
have it be
well,
super low key and chill.
We'll do pre-gaming.
Okay, it'll be a pre-game stream.
Yep.
Because I'll be able to stay up a lot later because I'm not going to work the next day. Because I'm not going to work on my birthday. I refuse.
Right.
You can't make me.
Well, they could, but you know.
My boss is nice enough that she won't make me. Which I'm okay with. Weebo's cat doesn't know how to cat. Indeed. So, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I hope to have a video out before the end of this month. If I don't, well, we'll see what happens. You can punish me somehow. I don't know. In the meantime, have a good week, everybody, and I'll see you when I see you next.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you very much for the donations. You guys are awesome. Yay!
Bye! End. Nice.